day here.
Well, a man of such girth is not usually so inclined to have a leg. Not apparently, not in this case, because that is a
Oh,
large
check,
man and he has a large foot.
check that. That's actually Ian Fulmer, a senior for Southern that's kicking off.
Well, then he is a large man and he has a large foot.
We'll see what he can do here on the kickoff. Maybe a little trickery here. He gets his leg into it. Looks like Krebs is going to take the kick at about the 10-yard line. Krebs is heading up midfield, gets one block, spins, and is tackled at about the 30-yard line.
Excellent return for Tim Krebs.
This is where Shamokin will start their drive, see if they can get something going together on offense, see if their line can get the push that they need to create some holes for Krebs. It'll be interesting to see what Coach Carm calls here, whether he's going to put the ball into his experienced running back's hands or let Mark Persing throw a couple of passes here.
Well, it's a lot of pressure, and you might expect him to throw the ball in the first play just to get it out of the way. I'm sure he's extremely anxious, this being his first start.
And Persing's under center here, takes the snap, fake handoff, and he's throwing the ball deep, and it's incomplete to Jared Williams. Good coverage by the Southern Columbia Tigers.
Although it is good to see him get it out of the way, you know. He drops back, he sees the field, he sees what he's up against and what he's going to be up against the entire game. He looks for his receiver. He doesn't make the catch, but that's really unimportant at this stage of the game. It's really important for him to get the experience of dropping back in the pocket, and every time he goes back there, it's just more experience for the young kid.
Definitely. I think as we see the game go on here, he'll sort of settle down a little bit. And all right, Persing's going under center here again. Looks like we got Chicatano in the backfield this time, along with Krebs.
Another important play.
And he's going to hand off to Chicatano, who's pretty much stuffed up the middle. And it's going to be a 3rd and 10 for the Indians here. And the Southern Columbia line, they're doing a pretty good job getting pressure in Persing early.
Yeah, they're big boys.
Definitely got a big line there. Be a battle in the trenches tonight for sure.
To say the least.
All right, we got 3rd and 10 here coming up. Looks like we still have Krebs and Chicatano in the backfield.
This is the first real test for Shamokin.
Persing's dropping back to pass. He gets the pass off, but throws it over the head of Chicatano, and Shamokin's going to be forced to punt here.
He was feeling the pressure that time. That was the first time I think they sent everyone. They sent the blitz. He was not prepared for it, but really who is? Got the ball off. That's really all that's important there. They'll punt it away. They'll get the first series under their belt, and Southern's going to get their first crack out on offense.
Yep, this will be Shamokin's first test on defense to see if they can stop the powerful running game that Southern brings to the table. And they're going back to punt here. Looks like we have Jarrett Williams back punting the ball.
Who was getting the ball off real well in practice.
High snap, and he gets the punt off good.
And a beauty.
And he gets the ball at the 40-yard line. He's gone. Oh, a nice tackle. And it looks like Southern's going to start their possession at the 49-yard line. Excellent field position for the Tigers.
And that's going to play a real big role. If they keep getting good field position like this, as the Southern crowd goes crazy to see their home team offense go out in the field for the first time this year, it's really going to be important to see where each team starts their drive. Shamokin was farther back, thereby giving them some chances to go deep. But Southern's going to get the ball on about the 47-yard line right here. So they're starting with much better field position than Shamokin did. It'll be interesting to see how that plays out.
All right, Conahan goes in motion. A handoff. And it's about a 9-yard gain all the way up to the 45-yard line for the Southern Columbia Tigers.
That's their big fullback, Henry Hanoski. You're going to see that all game long. They just like to pound the football. He's a Mike Allstock clone. The kid just goes up the middle, he bangs people, and he goes far.
And the Southern fans here are really getting into the game. It's going to be important for Shamokin to get a defensive stop here, sort of take the fans out of the game a little bit.
Keep it boring, isn't that what they always say?
Yep.
That's for later, though. That's when Shamokin has a 20-point lead. Oops, did I say that?
All right, there we go. All right, there we go. Looks like they're close to the first down there. We might see a measurement here.
Nope, they gave him the first down.
Nope, there we go. Dave Adams with the first down there for the Tigers. It looks like early on, Southern Columbia line's really getting that push off there and creating the holes that Shamokin was unable to create in their first drive here.
It should be noted that Shamokin's average line is 262 pounds, so they're no slouches either. They're putting some big linemen up there. It's also interesting to see they're running 3 down linemen, giving themselves enough coverage in the backfield.
Another short handoff there. And Shamokin pretty much stuffs that clean. Maybe a gain of 1 on the play to bring up a 2nd and 9 for the Tigers. That was Hanoski again with a run.
He's just trying to move that pile. He wants to be hit, and he knows he's going to get hit.
I think Coach Roth from Southern sort of has the same strategy as what Carm does here, sort of pound that football early, see if you can wear down the defense, then start throwing some bombs later on in the game.
Yeah, it's gonna. If they run him all game, it's gonna hurt a lot more in the third and fourth quarter than it is right now. But they're just gonna wear them down.
All right, we have Heitzman under center again. Another short misdirection there, and he has a nice tackle there. Gain of about 10 yards though for Kyle Conahan. And that's going to be a first down for the Tigers, and they're really moving the ball here early on.
Absolutely. I think it's important for them, if they want to keep their fans in it, they're going to have to, sustain a drive right here, but put some points on the scoreboard, keep their fans in it, because, if it was the other way, this crowd's out of it and they're silent. That's exactly what Shamokin wants. Even though that Shamokin has a really nice fan base out here, I mean, you can see right along on the grass over there, I mean, it is packed to the gills, as well as the stands being packed themselves.
Okay, Heitzman goes under center again. Another misdirection play. He's looking deep. And, it's picked off. It is picked off. That looks like the call that they're getting there. That's a big play for Shamokin there. Zach Phillips with the pick.
Absolutely outstanding offensive play by Zach Phillips. The ball was a little underthrown. He had to wait in the end zone for it. And just took advantage of that by getting great position on his coverage man and just went up and took the ball down. Excellent play and a huge play for Shamokin, not only stopping Southern, but now getting the ball back right away and starting their own offensive drive. Let's see if they can feed off of that momentum and take this ball down the field, which is exactly what needs to happen for them right now.
It looks like we got Persing back under center here. Chicatano the fullback and Krebs the running back. And Persing's going to hand off the ball to Krebs. And Krebs gets about a yard to make it 2nd and 9.
He's going to have to do a whole heck of a lot more than that for this game. He's going to have to break some tackles. He's going to have to find some holes. He's going to have to get some good early yards to set up the play-action pass, as well as some deep routes later in the game, because they are fully intent on using Jared Williams. And I think if he gets on the outside, he gets by one DB, he can really get out in that field. And if Krebs can find him, or if Persing can find him down on the field, you're going to see a lot of big plays for Shamokin tonight.
All right, it looks like we got both Donnie Miller and Persing goes back to pass. A little short pass, and it's incomplete, broken up by the Tigers. That's going to bring up a long 3rd down 11 and force Shamokin to probably throw the ball here again. They're going to have to do a little bit better protection-wise here.
You might see a run here, just try and get some more yards, get farther down the field, because they don't really want to give Southern that good field position again. So you might see a little bit of trickery here, maybe a run play to the outside, get it maybe about, maybe you don't have to get the first down, just get enough to where that punt's a little further back than it was before, because I know they don't want to give Southern the ball in the 50 again, because you saw what happened. They were down the field in 2 seconds.
And Persing's going under center here. He's dropping back, another short pass, but apparently him and Jarrett Williams got mixed up on their signal calling here. Williams went deep, Persing threw it short. That's going to bring up a long 4th and 11 here, as it will force Shamokin to once again punt the ball.
And you're going to see that. The kid's a sophomore. I mean, he really doesn't know the playbook that well yet, or as well as a senior would. So you're going to have to give him the time. You're going to have to let him learn the routes. He's going to also have to get much more familiar with his receivers. Get on the same page, form that chemistry, and that's all going to have to take place over a period of time. So you're really going to see the real quarterback by, I would say, mid-season when he's really got everything down pat.
We got Shaw back punting again, a sort of a bloop kick, and it looks like the ball's going to end up at the 37-yard line, not what Shamokin wants to see this early.
They're actually giving them better field position this time without a return, and that's the last thing that they need to happen right now.
Right, as the Shamokin defense comes back onto the field, Southern gets ready for their 2nd offensive series. Imagine that we'll probably see some more runs here by Southern area.
They figure if they can pound the ball once, they'll do it again. Hanoski's their bread and butter, and they're not going to hold off on using him.
And we got Heitzman back under center. We got motion here coming. And another short handoff, and that's pretty much snuffed out for about a 2-yard gain. Good start for the Shamokin defense here. Brings up a 2nd and 8.
What they need to do is they need to cut out the short pass, which is what you might see on 2nd down here. Just try and get enough yardage to where they can go a 3rd and short run. Just hand that ball off to Ignaski because you know he's going to get at least 3 yards out of everything. So they'll look for 3rd and 3s all the time. They don't really need to worry about it. If you put them in a 3rd and 7 and a 3rd and 8, they're really going to be put to the test there. And if you make them throw the ball, you're really going to see a different team.
Right, Heitzman under center again. And he's gone back to pass. A little short pattern complete down to about the 20-yard line, and that's going to be a 1st down for Southern Columbia. Now it looks like Corey Soper pulling in the nice thrown ball there. Colby Snyder, sorry, I saw a 26 there. So they're moving the ball early on here.
Yes, they are.
Something Shamokin's going to have to adjust to on defense here.
Adjustments will definitely need to be made because they are moving the ball at will here. And they can switch up, give it to Hanaski. They can throw those little short routes, get them 6 yards, get into those 3rd and 3s, 3rd and shorts, whatever, and hand the ball off and have them, it's 1st down after 1st down so far. Shamokin's going to need to find a way to stop him in the backfield, and that's the only way that they're going to stop this team right now because they are moving the ball at will.
Right, we had an official's timeout there. We're back to the action. Heitzman going under quarter. And he's going to drop back and pass. He's getting hurried. And he's driven out of bounds by a swarm of Shamokin defenders. Nice penetration there. That's going to bring up about a 2nd and 13.
Yeah, they need to lose yardage right there. They got to show some sort of dominance here, moving them back because if they can put them at a field goal range here, I think they're going to be good for this series. Because right now, we don't know the capacity of Southern's field goal kicker, but I'm sure he might be able to reach it from here.
All right, we got about 7 minutes left in the 1st quarter here. 0-0 score here at Tiger Stadium. Heitzman going back under center. And he fakes the handoff. He's looking again, and he has Conahan out in the flat. And a nice tackle. Oh, there we go. All right. Nice little play there. Shamokin didn't overcommit there. It's going to bring up a 3rd and long. Another passing situation you'd think for Southern.
Missed tackles, that's what I'm seeing so far. You got to get them down on the 1st. If you miss a tackle here, that's 5 or 6 yards you really can't give up. You can't give this Southern team anything.
Nice thing to see, though, is somebody on Shamokin did miss a tackle there, but the rest of the team picked him up. They swarmed right to the ball.
Pursuit of the ball until you know he's down. That's what it's going to be very important. Especially when you're dealing with Hanaski. Because one person's not going to bring him down.
Yep. You're going to have at least 2 or 3 defenders.
It's good to see the pressure on the quarterback, though. You're going to need to see a lot more of that. Rushing the line, getting past the offensive line, putting some pressure on the quarterback. Because we're also dealing with another sophomore here, and he's he can get just as rattled as anyone. More so than because he's younger. So he's making the same adjustments that Persing is.
We got motion, and it looks like they hand off to Hanaski, and they snuff that out for about a 6-yard gain. Be interesting to see what Southern does here. I don't think they're in field goal range. I think that play was to basically set up what they want to do on 4th. It's going to be about a 4th and 7. Be interesting to see what they do here as Adams comes off the field. Heitzman getting a play call from the sideline. This is going to be a key defensive play here for Shamokin. If they can stop him here, get the ball back, get a little something going here on offense.
Keeping Southern off the board right now would be just as it was the last time Southern had the ball, because you know that they're itching to get some points on the board.
Yep, and Heitzman's going back again. And he takes the snap. Oh, excellent penetration. And he is swarmed. What a big set.
That was a huge play for Shamokin's defense. They caught him in the backfield. They did exactly what they needed to do. They put him out of there, and now they get the ball back on offense.
And I couldn't agree with you more there, Jordan. I mean, big defensive play. You saw the guys on the sideline jump off the bench. They're ready to get back out here. All right, we got Persing back under quarterback with Shikatano as the fullback, Krebs as the running back.
They need to feed off this momentum here. They just made a big, big stop on defense. They kept them off the board again.
Persing hands off to Krebs. Krebs going up the side, and no running room at all. It's going to bring up a 2nd down and 10 for the Indians, and they really have to get this running game going here.
They've stopped him so far, but they can't keep him contained for long. The kid's just way too talented. He's got very good lateral speed from what I've seen. And can also bust it right up the middle if they need him to. And he's going to be able to need to use that because Southern's defensive line is also, they're big, but they're mobile too. And they can get to the sideline if needs be.
All right, we got 2nd down and 10. Persing going back under center here. Looks like he's audible in the play here. All right, a short pass, and it looks like they got crossed up again. That time it was wide receiver Donnie Miller.
To be expected, to be expected.
It's going to bring up a 3rd down and 10. It's probably going to bring up yet another passing down for Shamokin. Probably something that Coach Carm doesn't want to see this early in the game. He'd like to get that running game going.
Absolutely.
Pound it out on the ground a little bit.
You'd like to see him get the ball down the field past the 50-yard line, which we haven't seen yet. They got to get the kinks worked out here, and I'm sure that's exactly what they're thinking about doing. Got to be on their minds.
All right, Persing just dropping back the pass. They've given him a little bit of time here. He's going deep. And it looks like we got a pass interference call here on Southern Columbia. That's a big play by...
that'll do it.
Looks like they're going to call it on Jason Campbell from Southern. Looked like it might have been accidental contact, but I don't know. Questionable call, but I think the ref definitely made the right call here.
All you need to see is him going down.
And that is the call on the field, pass interference on Southern Columbia. They'll mark this off. It'll be Shamokin's first down of the game.
To give them the best field position they've seen in their time.
Looks like we have Miller and Shaw lined up to the left. Fake inside handoff. Persing's gone around the corner, has a little bit of room, and gains about 4 yards for the Indians.
It's a good gain on 1st down. Now they got 2 more downs to work with, where they only need 6 yards. You can give the ball to Krebs now, see what he can do for you. You might be working with a 3rd and short, or you can catch them by surprise and throw a deep pattern, which they haven't really done yet. And when they did, it ended up working well for them anyway with the pass interference call.
The one thing that we noticed too during pregame is that Shamokin likes to run a lot of misdirection. I think that's going to work out for them if they can get some of their quicker guys around the corner here. Looks like we got Miller and Shaw out as our wide receivers, Chickatano and Krebs in the backfield. And it's going to be a handoff to Chickatano, who's stopped for a 1-yard loss, which is going to bring up that a 3rd and 7.
They've got that middle covered. Like every time, that line is just pushing Shamokin's offensive line too much right now for them to do anything. There aren't holes there, and that's forcing them off to the side where it's covered anyway. There needs to be adjustments made so that they can run the ball right up the gut for good yardage on 1st down.
And it looks like we have Shamokin taking their first time out of the game. Coach Carm coming out on the field here with quarterback Mark Persing. Looks like Jarrett Williams is going to accompany him out. It's 3rd down and 8 here for Shamokin. Looks like they have Donnie Miller all the way out here towards us. Persing going under center. And Williams is in motion. Persing's dropping back the pass, a short pass complete to Chickatano. And it looks like he got at least a good 7 yards on that play. It looks like Shamokin's going to be a little short depending on the spot here. Looks like it's going to be a 4th down and 1 for the Indians.
Decision time for Coach Carm.
See where we got here. The officials didn't give him a favorable spot there. It looks like it's going to be about a 4th down and 2, and it looks like they're going to send out the punt crew. Looks like Coach Carm here is playing the field position game here.
Well, he's definitely done the right thing here because, you miss, you're giving them the same field position they've had. You don't, you put them back there, you punt the ball, you get them pinned down on the other side of the field, let them work out of their own goalpost, and really try and get them to punch you the ball at the 50-yard line again and give you the same position, work with another fresh set of downs. But we'll see how it goes.
Looks like we have Conahan back deep again for the Tigers. And Shaw's taking his time here, punting the ball, allowing his guys to get down there. And he's going to let it go, and the Indians are going to get good field position here with an excellent punt by Shaw. It looks like the Tigers are going to have the ball at the 8-yard line.
Absolutely pin them back.
That was a nice creative play there. Shaw taking the snap and then waiting around a little bit. Southern didn't get any pressure at all, which allowed the Shamokin defenders to get down there and cover that punt well.
No, they completely dropped back. They gave him all the time in the world, and he used it. And it's important to mention that because Southern is back so far, it puts more pressure on them to get the ball out, because if Shamokin gets constant pressure as they were on the last defensive series, a drop back of 10 yards and you're looking at a safety, and that's the last thing that they need right now.
And Heitzman back under center for the Tigers, and Noski in the backfield. Looks like they're going to do a short handoff to him. Nice tackle there by Jordan Haddock. Gains about 1 yard on the play. It's going to be 2nd down and 9. Right, we got some substitutions here going in for Southern.
Number 2, Jeremy Sargent in, as well as Colby Snyder.
And they break the huddle here. Southern coming out to the ball. Noski in the backfield again. See if they have any motion here. He takes it. A handoff to Conahow. And he has some running room, but it's quickly closed by the Shamokin defense for about a 2-yard gain. It's going to bring up about a 3rd down and 5 here for the Tigers. Be interesting to see what they do here.
Well, they can't hand the ball to Anoski unless you're asking him to break one, and that's not his role. His role is to bust up the middle, and I don't think with the way Shamokin has adjusted to their defense, that it's too much of a risk to try and bust him up the middle in this situation. I think they have to pass the ball, and I don't think that they've shown enough to warrant where you're comfortable here on 3rd down, especially with being 5 yards as opposed to 3.
And we have Southern with the ball still, 3rd down and 5. Heitzman with a hard count. It looks like they have gotten Shamokin to jump off sides. That is going to be a big penalty if that in fact is what the call is. We'll wait here for the referees to give us the signal. And that is defensive encroachment on the Indians. A big break there for Southern. They didn't even have to run a play. Now they have a 1st down with about 1 minute and 49 seconds to go here in the 1st quarter. Still a 0-0 game here. Both teams playing well.
I think you're seeing the feeling out process right now. It's the first game of the season. Both quarterbacks have to be out of their minds nervous right now. You know, it's pretty much, oh, this is what it looks like when I'm playing high school football.
Okay, we have motion. And we have another handoff to Himnoski. And he gets hit pretty hard there.
That's what you
and
need.
Looks like it's not going to go for a gain at all. 2nd down and 10 for the Tigers.
That's what you need to see on 1st down.
Good stop there for Shamokin, definitely.
Because now they're going to have to pass the ball. And they have not shown any ability whatsoever to pass the ball or long games. And I think as long as you keep them in that mindset where they have to pass the ball, it works to Shamokin's advantage.
Heitzman under center again. Motion by Conahow. And he's going to hand it off. Double handoff there. And the Indians sniff that out right away.
They tried the double reversal. Shamokin wasn't buying it. And plus, the kid didn't even get out to the sideline. He just tried to come up the middle.
An excellent tackle there by Jordan Eby. He really read that play, didn't go for the fake there. Tackled him and stopped him right in his traps, which brings up another 3rd and long here for Southern. Quarter is winding down. We only have about 34 seconds left here. 3rd and 9 for Southern. And they just have the play coming from the sideline.
Clock stops 26 seconds ago. We'll find out what's going on.
Looks like, do we have an official's timeout on the field?
Nope, they're letting them go.
Okay, and the clock starts back up again.
Whatever needed to be fixed apparently will.
And we have Heitzman under center again. 3rd and 9 play here. He's going back the pass. His wide receiver fell down, and he is sacked by Tyler Griffiths. An excellent tackle. Big sack there for Shamokin. It pushes them all the way back to their 10-yard line, and a possibility here for maybe a blocked punt.
That clock kept running, so they're going to have to put some time back up there. I believe there was about 8 seconds left when the sack occurred.
Well, that's going to be the end of the 1st quarter because of the sack. No score here at Tiger Stadium. Both teams are going to go to their respective sidelines, and we'll be back here with 2nd quarter action at Tiger Stadium. All right, we're back here at Tiger Stadium. Looks like we have Chris Eby and also Donnie Miller back deep for the Indians, standing about their own 45-yard line, waiting to receive the punt here.
And unless they just completely miss, Shamokin's going to end up with fabulous field position.
A nice punt by Hinoski. Donnie Miller is catching the ball off the bounce. He has a hole. He's up the sideline. A nice spin move, and he has Shamokin down to about the 22-yard line. An excellent decision there to pick up the ball, let it bounce, get your momentum going, and then dart down the sideline. This is the best field position that Shamokin has seen all night here.
Excellent chance for Shamokin to take the Southern crowd out of it right now. A quick strike right here. I'm thinking sideline, Jared Williams, touchdown. And you're looking at 7-0 Shamokin and a quiet Southern crowd who's already kind of nervous because their offense can't do pretty much anything.
And it's nice to see there are the Shamokin fans getting a little tomahawk chop in there. Nice to see the student section over there. They're always loud and rowdy out to support their team there.
And so far in this game, Shamokin fans have had something to cheer about.
And Persing's under center again. A handoff to Devin Chicatano. Solid 2 or 3 yard gain.
It's all you're looking for out of your fullback. You're not expecting him to break the big run because he really doesn't have the speed to get down the sideline and really make some people miss. You're looking for him to bust up the middle, get those, you're looking for optimum 5-yard gain out of him. But really, you're just making their defensive linemen pay for being born. I mean, just hurt them.
Looks like Shamokin was planning on going with a no huddle there. The ref sort of stopped play there for some reason. And we're going to have Persing under center again. He might be looking for Donnie Miller out here on the left-hand side, but he hands off to Krebs. Krebs has a hole, and he's going to go. Touchdown, Shamokin area. And the fans are going crazy for Shamokin area. Shamokin gets the early lead here, 6-0 on about a 22-yard touchdown run by Tim Krebs.
And you can't hear a single thing out of the Southern crowd. Exactly what needed to happen. I mean, I don't think if anything, they're talking to themselves because they don't know what's going on. I mean, they're looking at the team right now. They had field position early. They blew that. Now they give it right back to Shamokin. Shamokin knows to do a good field position like that. They get the quick strike, touchdown Shamokin, exactly what needed to happen.
Big play there. And the guy who scored the touchdown, Tim Krebs, will now be kicking the extra point here for the Indians. The snap and the kick, and it's no good. That could come back to haunt Shamokin in the long run, but for now, Shamokin's up 6-0 with 11:18 left in the second quarter. The Krebs run was set up by a nice punt return by Donnie Miller, who caught the ball off the bounce, got his momentum going, took Shamokin down to the 22-yard line. Short handoff to Chicatano, and then Krebs did the rest, punched it in there.
It could definitely come back to haunt them. And as any good Madden player knows, if you pull an extra point, it's come back to haunt me several times in my Madden career. I've said it once, I'll say it again. You always got to nail your extra points.
And now we got Shamokin coming out here to kick off. Looks like Krebs will also be doing that duty.
He's an all-purpose guy. You got to love him for that.
All right, and it looks like the Southern bench has lost a little bit of their punch right now as they come back out onto the field. But one thing's for certain, you can count on the Tigers not giving up here. They definitely can't count them out after a short strike. You got to keep playing solid defense, hopefully force another turnover here and get the ball back.
As any championship caliber team such as this knows, it is not over until that clock says 0 and that quarter says 4. And we are so far away from that right now. The only thing is that Shamokin is up, and they have the crowd out of it for the moment. That could change at any point in time. I mean, Southern can go right down the field right now, put 7 points up, and have the lead, and have Southern fans going crazy. And it should not be understated how much of an advantage that can be playing at home, having your fans behind you.
All right, we got Krebs here ready to kick off. Okay, back deep we have Conahan and Dave Adams as Krebs gets ready to kick off. Pretty good kick there. Looks like it's going to be fielded by Conahan. Setting up a return here to the right. And a nice tackle there by the Shamokin defenders. Pretty good field position here for the Tigers, starting off at about their own 32-yard line. And here comes the Shamokin defense.
They've stopped them twice already when it really, really mattered. They got the interception in the end zone. They held them on their first drive when they were threatening. Now they're winning the field position battle. Let's see if they can put even more pressure on Southern's defense, keep them back in their own side of the field, get the punt, come down, and score right again.
All right, we got first down and 10 Southern Columbia at about their own 32-yard line. Heitzman under center, and we have Noski right behind him and Conahan right next to him. All right, we have a handoff to Conahan. He has some running room, but that's snuffed out pretty good. Looks like Jared Williams in on the tackle there along with Jordan Haddock. Gains about 3 yards, brings up about a second down and 7 for the Tigers.
Both teams boast really, really nice sets of linebackers. For Southern, Victor Northern is just an absolute monster. He clogs holes like nobody's business. And for Shamokin, I mean, the whole core is exceptional, and they do real well. I mean, recognizing when the run's coming and filling A gap, B gap, whatever it needs to be filled when it happens.
Okay, we have a handoff that's snuffed out. What an excellent tackle. Himnosti not getting any room, any running room whatsoever. And we have Nate Yoder on the tackle there for Shamokin area. It's going to be about a loss of 2 yards. Going to bring up another long third down for the Tigers, about 3rd and 9.
Hope to see that a lot. Nate Yoder can be a real nice player for Shamokin. He gets off the ball real well. He can get, if he can get by his defender, which he hasn't really shown a problem with, he's a real threat for Shamokin.
Probably a passing down here again for the Tigers as Heitzman goes under center. Conahan in motion here, a fake handoff. He's gone back to pass. Excellent penetration again. Wow, another sack, a big loss on that play, and Jordan Eby again with another sack, another big play for the Indians here. Going to bring up 4th down and long, about 4th and 17. Shamokin's going to get the ball back here, hopefully in good field position again. And it looks like we have the same guys back here again, Eby and Miller, to return the kick. Be interesting to see if Southern Columbia punts to him here. See if get a little squib kick towards the right or left side here.
Well, they're looking to neutralize the returners for Shamokin based on what happened last time. They don't want to give them anything that they don't have to.
All right, the snap and the kick. And a pretty good kick there. Miller's back a little bit, fields the ball at the 37. A reverse to Eby. Eby has some room. He's at the 45 and takes it out to about the 47-yard line. Some excellent field position again for Shamokin. The guys are firing off the bench. The guys on offense want to get back out on that field. They want to put some more points up on the board here.
Jordan Eby has lived on the sideline this year, and I highly recommend he buys a house because he does good things there. He's made 2 really nice runs on the sideline, one putting Shamokin deep in Southern territory, and this time he gets across the 50-yard line. Another really big point for Shamokin.
And it looks like we have a personal foul face mask on Southern Columbia, which is going to move the ball even further into Southern Columbia territory. And the Indians can't ask for any more than this.
Oh, no,
they had a big break the last time. This is another big break for the Indians.
It's a lovely present. It's not even my birthday.
It looks like they're going to spot the ball here at about the 37-yard line of the Tigers. A short field once again for the Indians. And they also have a kicker here in Krebs, who's also the running back, who could probably put one through the uprights at this distance right here.
He showed promising range before the game, kicking them through. I mean, he was putting them back behind the blacktop. I'd like to see if he can put one over the fence, but hey, a man can wish.
Got an interesting formation here. We got 3 running backs. And Persing's going to hand off to Shikatano, who's going to plow up the middle for another 7-yard gain. Excellent movement by the Indians there. He got his legs going. What you always like to see is once they get going, they keep going, and he drove that pile forward.
Absolutely.
And it's going to bring up about a 2nd and 5 here for the Indians.
Going forward with momentum, finding a hole, gaining speed, and making whoever you hit pay for it.
This would be big here if Shamokin can get another score in here. I think that the Southern fans are sort of out of it right now, but I think another score here would be crucial.
Not a real common sight for Southern fans. They're used to seeing their team dominate, and that's simply not going on right now.
Persing's back to pass. Looks like a screen that's snuffed out by the Southern Columbia defense. And it's going to bring up down a 3rd and 5. Not that bad. Still manageable here.
Absolutely. It's good to see Persing get the ball out. We've seen in scrimmages him having a tendency to try and keep the ball, make something out of nothing, and hold the ball, and ultimately get sacked for a large loss, which we have seen from the other side of the ball in Southern. Their quarterback has held the ball too long instead of just getting rid of it, and it's cost their team dearly, losing field position.
Right, we got a 3-back set again. Maybe the handoff to Shikatano that we saw earlier, we'll see here. Persing under center, and that's what they are going to do. And it looks like Krebs actually got the ball and pushed it up a couple of yards. It's going to be 4th and short, about 4th and 4. It'll be interesting to see what Coach Carm wants to do here.
I say he kick the field goal.
I would assume it sort of looks like he's going to be going for it here. Might be a little bit far out of Krebs' range here. You're looking at probably a 50-yard field goal.
Well, he knows his kicker better than anyone else, and if it's manageable for his kicker, he's going to put him out there. If he doesn't feel like that's the case.
And it looks like Shamokin's going to take a timeout here, maybe to talk about what they want to do.
Absolutely.
And we'll be right back with the action. Okay, and we're back here at Southern Columbia. And the Indians are taking the field after the timeout, seeing what they decide here to do. And they break the huddle, and it looks like Shamokin's going to go for it.
Go for the jugular right in the first quarter. Take the crowd out of it.
We got about a 4th down and 3 here, manageable for Shamokin here.
Backs in the eye.
Southern's really crowding that line there. Looks like they could have a tough time pursuing audibles here. And Persing's going to hand off to Krebs. He keeps the ball himself. He has the corner. And it looks like he may have got the first down. We'll see where they spot the ball here. It's going to be a close call. And it looks like Southern does, in fact, hold them. Persing was close, but not close enough. Sort of gets the Southern fans back into the action here.
They've been looking for this. They've been looking for anything they can latch on to because the team really hasn't shown them much in the first half.
I mean, it's going to be key here for the Shamokin defense to come out and play solid like they've been playing for the first 2 quarters here. Sort of stop the momentum that Southern may have got from that big 4th down stop there.
Well, they gambled and lost, and they knew the fact that if they turn the ball over, it's still deep in Southern territory. It's just as if they had punted or had missed the field goal. So it's really not that much of a gamble.
Okay, it looks like we have a flag before the snap, maybe a false start on the offense.
Movement.
We'll wait here for the call by the officials. Flag right down by the line. And that's what it is, a false start on the offense. It's going to move Southern back 5 yards. Just looking about a 1st and 15 here with 7:44 left in the second quarter with Shamokin with the 6-0 lead.
Well, Southern's done a really nice job of shooting themselves in the foot so far. I mean, you had the 15-yard face max. That wasn't really smart. And now they put themselves 5 yards deeper into a hole, which they're really not able to, haven't shown any ability to get out of yet. And that's getting out of their territory. They haven't had a big play yet. Hanaski's been largely subdued. He hasn't had any chance to break a big run yet.
Right, it looks like the handoff's going to go to Sargent. And they snuff that out. 2nd and 15. You can't, if you're a Shamokin fan, you cannot complain about the defense that you're seeing out here in the field.
How many times have you said the word snuff? More than I care to remember.
I mean, this is something typical you see of Shamokin football, that hard smash-mouth football that you get on defense. They're always towards the ball. They're always making contact with you. They're not afraid to hit, and it's showing early on here at Tiger Stadium.
You remember when you play Shamokin. You always remember.
And Heitzman's going to take the play here under center. Himnoski in the backfield. And it looks like it's going to be a pass. Shamokin with good pressure again. And oh, a nice tip there by Chris Eby, almost coming down with the interception. Excellent pass coverage there. He read the pass well out of Heitzman's hand, was able to react on the ball, and batted that ball down and almost came up with an acrobatic catch there at the end.
Key play, because you keep the ball back there, you snuff out anything that they could have done, and now you put them in a 3rd and long situation, which I know they didn't want to be in, because they're looking to give that ball to Hanaski on 3rd and short. Now they got to throw the ball with 3rd and long, and then even if you're right, they've already conceded defeat in this possession.
Okay, Southern comes back out to the ball here. Heitzman's going to take the ball. 3rd down and 15. He's gone back to pass. Excellent pressure again. They got to him, missed one tackle. He's got the corner. And oh, a nice hit there by the Shamokin defender. Looks like he's going to come up maybe a yard or 2 short there.
You got to earn your first downs, buddy. And, well, you came up a couple of bucks.
We'll see. It looks like about a 4th and 2 here, depending on where the officials spot the ball. Okay. It's about a 4th down and 5 here.
And with 6:58 to go, you know, 6:48 to go, excuse me, you don't really want to be giving Shamokin this kind of field position. You've seen what they've done with it so far when you've handed it to them before. I think you got a punt here. There's not real question in your mind.
Yep, and we have Eby and Miller back, returning the punt again.
Let's see what trickery they can come up with this time.
If I was the Shamokin defense here, I'd be alert. Maybe Southern has something up their sleeve here. I would just make sure here. Low snap. Gets the kick off, however, a nice booming kick. Miller fields it, and he's up the sideline. And he broke 1 tackle and 2, and he does a nice spin again and gets the ball out to the 47-yard line. Another nice return by Miller. He's doing a good job back there, creating some running room and also a little trickery himself by using the spin there on the sideline.
He's small, and he's slippery, and he's dangerous, and you have to respect that. And so far, there's been 3 separate returns by Shamokin where they've gotten the ball, they've made it to the sideline, and then they've made things happen.
And Shamokin's in the huddle right now. Southern defense is back out on the field. We have a 1st down and 10 for the Indians at the 47-yard line.
Again, in Southern territory.
And Persing's going to take the snap. We got Chickatano and Krebs in the backfield. Krebs is going to get the handoff, looking for some room on the outside. He's fast. He got a corner. And a nice play there. A nice tackle by the Southern defender, but not until Krebs gains a good solid 5 yards for the Indians. Looking at about a 2nd and 5 for the Indians there. He almost broke it. One more guy there. We have a 12-0 ball game here.
That's what Shamokin needs to do. Get good yardage on 1st down, whether it be passing, whether you give the ball to Krebs or Chickatano. You're going to have to see some good gains on 1st down because your passing game isn't what it should be, or at least what you want it to be so far. I'd like to see him go deep at some point, really try and catch the defense off guard. I mean, you've got Jarrett, and he's a proven commodity. He does what he's supposed to, and if you send him to run the ball, he's going to go for it.
All right, Persing's back to pass. Doesn't have that much time. A nice pass to Devin Chickatano, who catches the ball, takes it down to about the Southern 35-yard line. A nice pass by Persing. There was the pass that we were talking about there. Persing's really adapting to the game here. Could tell a little bit of first quarter jitters there. Dropping back to pass there. The line really didn't give him that much time to throw the ball.
Showing poise beyond his years right now. He felt the pressure. He got the ball off to his check down.
And it looks like we have an unsportsmanlike conduct call against the Indians, is it? It is an unsportsmanlike call against the Indians. That's a bad play right there.
That hurts.
As a coach of the Indians, Coach Carm cannot be happy with that call right there. You get a nice pass completed there, and you're going to be marching back.
Unsportsmanlike penalties are dicey enough as it is, but to have one come when you get such a nice game like that after such a nice play, someone's going to get yelled at.
And to tell you the truth, I didn't really see where the personal foul took place. I don't know if it was something said on the field. Coach Carm was there talking with the ref, maybe trying to figure out what exactly the call was. He doesn't look too happy with the call.
I believe we call that a phantom call.
But whoever got that call against him, I'm sure Carm's not going to be happy once he gets back to the sideline there. But Shamokin still has the ball here. 1st down and 10 on the 50-yard line. We got Shaw out here to our left. Chickatano and Krebs in the backfield. The referee gives the signal to start play. Persing under center. And he's going to hand off to Krebs. Krebs is out in the right corner. He has some room. A nice spin. Another spin. Wow. What an excellent run by Krebs. You cannot stress that enough. He went out there. He got some good blocking, but he also created some room there by himself. 2 spins. Got him a 1st down. A nice 13-yard run there by Krebs. And the Indians are on the move again.
The kid's breaking tackles. He's making plays, and he's taking names. I mean, he is owning the defense right now. I mean, they were able to stop him early in the 1st quarter. Since then, they have not shown any ability whatsoever to take him down at the first hit, and that's really encouraging.
Right, Persing with the snap, hands off again to Krebs, who has a big hole up the middle. Another nice play, about a 7-yard gain by Tim Krebs. And it looks like Southern defense might be wearing down a little bit here.
They've been on the field for a really long time, and I really don't think they like getting run at so much. I mean, and as long as they're giving up the yardage, you're going to see a healthy dosage of Tim Krebs and Devin Chickatano, and I think that's only good for Shamokin because they're able to get their linemen off the ball. You can punch someone in the mouth, push them backwards, and run right down their throats.
Okay, we have Persing here talking to the running backs here, and he's going to take the snap here. Another handoff to, looks like Jordan Haddock is in the game here. And he doesn't get anything on the play. It's going to bring up down a 3rd and 2. That was, in fact, Jordan Haddock with the handoff there. Looks like they gave Chickatano a play off.
The kid's running so much. I mean, he's got to take a blow.
The one thing that should be noted is Chickatano may not be getting the ball a lot, but his blocking is key for Krebs out there. He's creating the holes and the gaps for him. That's allowing Krebs to get free here. We have a 3rd down and 2 here as we have Persing under center. We have another short handoff, which is stuffed by the Southern defense here. It's going to bring up about a 4th down and 4. Another interesting call here for the Indians. I'd imagine they'd go for it here.
We got about 4 minutes left here in the 2nd quarter. I mean, it's enough time for them to sustain a drive for you to get the ball back. I really don't think gambling's the right call here. You got the lead, and you have momentum on your side. You never want to give the ball back to your opposition. But I think they're going for it.
They're going to go for it here. I mean, even if they wouldn't make it, Southern still wouldn't have that great of field
Same
position.
thing as last time.
Yep. And the crowd's getting a little rowdy here on the Southern side. Persing's back to pass. And, oh, no, it is picked off. And it looks like he's going to go. And that's Kyle Conahan who's going to return that interception all the way back. And now these Southern fans are back in the game. We have a tied ball game here at Tiger Stadium, 6-6. About 3 minutes and 22 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. And as a Shamokin fan, that's not what you want to see. You don't want to see that quick score by Southern. Now they're back in the game here. The crowd's back in it. And now with this extra point here, they could possibly go ahead of us here 7-6 and carry the momentum going into halftime.
A devastating turn of events for Shamokin right now.
I mean, Conahan, real excellent job there, reading the play there. Came up, acted on the ball, picked that off, and once that happened, he was gone. And looks like Southern's going to call a timeout here. Not sure why they would call a timeout here. You'd think they'd be going for the extra point. Maybe they're thinking about a 2-point conversion here.
Maybe they're thinking of taking the crowd out of the game, which has just subsequently happened again.
And we have both coaches out here on the field, and we'll return with the action. 3:22 left in the second quarter. The score is currently tied at 6-6. Okay, we're back here at Tiger Stadium. Tigers are attempting the extra point here. An extra point here would put them up by 1. The snap a little high, the kick, and it is good. Southern takes the lead with 3 minutes and 22 seconds left here in the second quarter. They're up now 7-6. Carm's calling the team over here. I'm sure he's going to have something motivational to say here. And hopefully we can get a big kickoff return here. Get the ball back in good field position and get a quick score here before half.
Coach Carm's looking for some instant offense right now. They got 3 minutes and 22 seconds to make something happen. It's more than enough time. If anything, it's detrimental because if a drive only takes, 2.5 minutes, you're still giving Southern enough time to go down right before half and score again. And you know that they're looking to do that with momentum they just gained off of that. I mean, now the crowd's back into it. They're very vibrant. And the kickoff's going to be key right here, playing that field position role, getting the ball up the field. And you're going to have to see another healthy dose of Tim Krebs and Devin Chickatano.
One thing here that you have to be a little bit concerned about is how's that interception going to affect Persing. He was rolling around there pretty good. Threw a pick there. He can't let that affect him in this game.
One little misstep can do wonders for the psyche of a sophomore.
And it looks like we have 3 guys back here. We have Shaw all the way to our right. Krebs is in the middle. And we have Miller all the way to the right-hand side facing the Shamokin crowd.
We could possibly see some trickery from Coach Carm right here. They're looking to get a real nice return right now. I wouldn't be surprised if something dastardly is about to happen.
All right, and the kickoff here. Nice kick here. Looks like Krebs is going to be able to get to the ball. A little miscue. Shaw's going to pick it up. Has a little bit of running room. Ran backwards, lost about 4 yards. And the Indians start off with pretty bad field position here at about the 20-yard line. Something that you don't want to see on a kickoff. It's understandable he wanted to create something there, but he should have turned it upfield.
The kid lives on the sideline. All he was trying to do was go home. Didn't work out that time, and he ran into a bus. So, I mean,
you can't blame him for trying. He has the speed out there, and if he would have broke that corner,
it is worked well.
You would have saw another quick score up on the scoreboard here.
Absolutely.
Be interesting to see how the Shamokin offense responds to the quick Southern touchdown here.
I think you need to see a throw right here, a first down, get some confidence back, and maybe catch Southern off guard. But
all right, we have Persing under center. Another handoff to Krebs, and he gets floored in the backfield. It's going to be about a loss of 5 yards. It looks like Persing was having a little bit of trouble catching up to Krebs, getting out to the corner there. And that's a big play for the Southern defense. Just scored a touchdown there, and they come out with a big stop. They're hyped now. Shamokin has to get something going here with about 2:50 left in the second quarter here. It's going to be important for Shamokin to get a sustained drive here going.
Instant offense, my friend. Instant offense.
Persing's going to be under center again. Looks like we have Jarrett Williams all the way out on the right-hand side. Hand off to Krebs. Krebs has some room. Plows over a Southern defender and gains about 6 yards. So once again, it's going to be a 3rd and long for Shamokin.
Only getting back to the line of scrimmage there isn't enough, because you're putting yourself in a bad position. They know you're going to throw the ball. If you have any chance of getting at the field right now, and with 2 minutes and 15 seconds left, I got to think that's what they're trying to do. They definitely don't want to give the ball back to them, because they've got plenty of time to sustain a drive downfield, even if they do get far back. And with the change of momentum that they just had, you know that that's exactly what they're trying to do.
Right, it looks like we have Shaw and Jarrett Williams out as our wide receivers. Persing is going to go back to pass. Bad protection. He's going to throw the ball, and almost another interception. Not a good throw there. Was looking for Shaw. Was covered by 2 defensive men. Tried to force the ball in there. Almost picked off again, and that would have been huge for Southern if they could have got that interception here. It's going to bring up about a 4th and 8 for Shamokin. And it looks like it's going to be a punting situation here again. With about 1:50 left. Southern still has time to score here. You can't let them get another score here and go into halftime feeling even better about themselves. So you have to limit where they are right now. Maybe get a turnover yourself on defense and then go from there.
You have to remember the caliber team that you're playing. These boys are really experienced, and they're also really good.
Shaw with the kick, a pretty good kick, and it's fielded and tackled right away by the Shamokin defense. And that looks like Jarrett Williams with the tackle.
Excellent. That's the best way. That's the best they could have expected from it. An instant tackle. You don't give them any chance for a return, and you got them at midfield with a minute 44 left.
It's going to be 1st and 10 here for the Southern offense. They still got 1:44 here with the ball. Plenty of time for the Southern offense to score here, but we need a big stop here by the Shamokin defense.
I believe they only have 1 timeout left as well.
Okay, we have motion. Looks like another handoff to Himnoski, and he plows forward for a solid 5-yard gain. 2nd down and 5 here for Southern. Looks like we might have an official's timeout here. Clock stopped here at 1:36. The official spots the ball at about the 45-yard line, a little bit beforehand. And it looks like we have a timeout here. And we'll return to the action. And we'll be back here at Tiger Stadium. All right, we're back here at Tiger Stadium. Southern's moving the ball here a little bit. 2nd and 5 from the Shamokin 45. 1:36 left in the first half. And the official signals, let's play ball. Heitzman under center. Conahan in motion again. And we have a whistle here.
Possible movement.
Maybe a false start on the Southern team. And no, we actually have encroachment on the Indians. Another stupid penalty here. It looks like probably going to be close to a 1st down here. If not a 1st down, they might have to do a measurement as they mark off the ball here. And it looks like it's going to be 2nd and short for the Tigers. Not what you wanted to see there. And Southern comes back up to the line here. Heitzman under center. Conahan in motion again. And that's who's going to get the handoff. And he has a little bit of a hole and is tackled by the Shamokin defenders there. Nice 6-yard gain, and Southern continues to pound the ball on the ground, something that you saw Shamokin do early. Tables have sort of been reversed here, and Southern's starting to pound the ball, and it looks like they're going to go no huddle here. Try to catch the Shamokin defense off guard here.
Clock's running with a $1:29 left to go before half.
Heitzman under center. We have a whistle. I don't know what this might be. We're waiting here for the official call here. It's going to be offsides again on the Shamokin defense. I can just imagine that Coach Carm is over on the sidelines right now living. I mean, you can't do this to a good Southern football team like this. You cannot give them opportunities to keep moving the ball, give them free yards.
You can better believe that the locker room door is going to be shut and someone's going to be getting his head turned off at halftime.
Okay, another handoff to Conahan. Looks like the same play, same hole. Another solid gain. They're going to move the sticks. 1st and 10 for Southern. Looks like about the 20-yard line. 1:20 left here. Southern is up by a point, 7-6. And the Southern offense here is taking their time. They don't want to score quick and give the Indians a chance to score. And Heitzman under center. Conahan in motion again. And same play. And he's stopped that time by Jordan Haddock. A nice tackle there. Doesn't gain anything. A 3rd down and 5 here.
It's safe to say Jordan Haddock's had enough of this running around his side.
And it looks like we have a timeout on the field with 42 seconds left. Once again, the score is 7-6, and we'll be back with more high school football action. Right, we're back here at Tiger Stadium. It's going to be about a 3rd down and 5 for Southern. Their fans are getting a little bit rowdy here. This is going to be a big stop here for Shamokin. And it looks like Heitzman's going to come out, take the snap. Noski in the backfield, Conahan to his left. No motion that time. He's dropping back the pass. Excellent pressure and a tipped ball. It's going to bring up a 4th and 5 for Southern. Be interesting to see what they do here. We didn't have too much time to see how the kicker was doing for Southern. We don't know how much range he has. Definitely Coach Roth here might be thinking of a field goal here, put the team up by 4 points instead of that 1 point here. We have about 38 seconds left here.
He could go for the juggler, go for the touchdown. I don't know if that's the best policy right now, because it is only a 1 point lead right now, and that's really kind of insignificant at the moment.
And it does look like Coach Roth is opting for the field goal. Looks like Ian Fulmore is going to be kicking the ball. Perfect snap. The kick is up. It looks like he pulled it, and it is no good. A key play there for Shamokin. He pulled it a little bit to the left. Shamokin's going to get the ball back here with 32 seconds left. Be interesting to see what they do here. See who they're bringing in here. Looks like Evie. Evie's going to be in the game for us. Chris, his brother, also plays for the team. And Persing's going to take the ball. And we also have, it looks like Jordan Haddock's back in the backfield, along with Tim Krebs. And he's actually going to throw the ball, gets it out there, and a complete pass to Jared Williams. Gains about 2 yards.
I don't know if I like that quick out play. I mean, now the clock's running. He's tackled in bounds, unless they're just conceding the half and going to wait it out. But they really didn't make any attempt to move the ball down the field. They got 1 play left, and unless they're going to pull a rabbit out of the hat, it's going to be 7-6 going into half. And I got to say that's pretty all right for Shamokin, considering who they're facing right now.
All right, Persing hands off to Krebs. Krebs is around the corner, has some running room, spins, and is brought down for about a 4-yard gain. That's going to be the end of the first half. Both fans to their feet applauding the excellent work by both teams here. We have what we expected, a 1 point game here, 7-6 in favor of Southern Columbia. A little miscue on our kicking game. Shanked an extra point there, which is the difference in the game here. And they're going to head into halftime, Southern Columbia 7, Shamokin area 6, and we'll be back after half. And Krebs is getting ready here to kick off as we begin the 3rd quarter here. Southern will get the ball back in the 2nd half. And I'm sure going into halftime, Coach Carm was unhappy about some things, but he has to be pretty happy with the score right here. You're playing a 3-time state champ the past 3 years in single A in the Southern Columbia Tigers. I mean,
I don't care what division you're in. You win 3 titles in a row, you got a good team on you.
Definitely. And it shows the determination of the Tigers to come back, get that lead up here. And now we'll see what Shamokin has in store here for the 2nd half if they come out with as much intensity as they've shown in the 1st half. And I mean, the Shamokin fans have been great here. They came out in large numbers. Sort of reminds me of a Shamokin Mount Carmel game. I mean, the fans come out, they're rowdy, they get behind their team, and it's really great to see for the city of Shamokin, the people getting out here and getting to see their team perform as well as they've been here.
And it's our astute pleasure to bring you this game. It's really an honor to be able to do this for Shamokin fans.
And Krebs with the kick, a little squib kick here. And it's going to come down at about the 30-yard line to Corey Sober, who's tackled quickly. And Southern's going to set up camp, it looks, about the 35-yard line. 1st and 10.
It's statement time. They're really going to have to come out and make a statement about how they're going to handle the 2nd half right now. we really haven't seen the big play yet, you know? I mean, certainly both these teams are capable of going down the field, making that big pass, but with sophomore quarterbacks, it's not always feasible.
All right, we have Heitzman back under center for the Tigers. Hanoski in the backfield, Conahan lined up to the left. And they hand off to Hanoski, and he has a big hole. And he gains about 11 yards on the first carry of the second half.
And he is pumped up about it.
And it's going to be another first down for the Tigers. I mean, they're coming out firing. They're excited to be here. Shamokin defense is going to have to step it up here a little bit.
They have showed no drop-off. It's only been a play, but they're not showing any sort of drop-off. They're trying to pick up exactly where they left off, busting up the Shamokin defensive line, gaining big yards on first down, setting up the pass for whenever they want to use it, and they really can if they get the running game going.
Okay, Heitzman takes the snap, and he hands off to the running back, and he gets about 2 yards there. Pretty good defensive stop there for the Indians, about 2 yards. It's going to bring up about a 2nd and 8.
Second down becomes more and more important.
And Chicatano, again, was in on that tackle. He's been doing a good job defensively for us, along with Phillips, who almost had that acrobatic interception there.
Chicatano's a real complete player. He does a lot of good things for you on offense, and he's really shown an ability to do just as many good things on defense, making big plays in this game so far.
And we have Heitzman under center. Looks like a little false start. Pitches it, and we have a fumble. Who came away with it? And Shamokin comes away with the ball. Jordan Haddock comes away with the ball. How many times have we said his name tonight?
Too many, and it's not getting old.
That is what we're talking about, the big play that Shamokin needs. That might be the change of momentum that Shamokin's looking for here.
Is that what I just felt? I believe I just felt, because something was pulling on my shirt, and it's not the wind, and it just kind of crept over towards the Shamokin side just a little bit. Now, I'm going to be pulled by some imaginary force if they happen to score on this drive.
And Haddock goes off the field.
He needs a rest, and I don't blame him.
And we have, looks like Krebs is the lone back. It sort of looks like Shamokin's a little bit confused here.
Yep.
And it looks like they're going to have a flag for an illegal formation. And that's going to hurt him. It's going to push him back 5 yards. Actually, it was a delay of game call. And looks like Coach Carm's out on the field, so I'm assuming Shamokin has taken a timeout here.
They did take a timeout.
And with that timeout, we'll return to action up here at Tiger Stadium. All right, welcome back to Southern Columbia, where the Indians and the Tigers are locked in a gridlock here. The Tigers having the slight advantage right now, 7-6, with about 10 minutes and 55 seconds left here in the third quarter. Shamokin's offense breaks the huddle. Krebs is once again the lone back with Persing at quarterback. He checks the line. And he gets the snap. And it looks like a broken play where he's going to go out around the corner. No gain on the play, maybe a yard if at that. 2nd and 15. That's not something that you'd like to see. After a timeout, you want to have the play down there, sort of broken play. It's going to be 2nd down now, 2nd and long. Might force you to pass here again.
I think that's a safe play. I mean, you're looking for about maybe an 8-yard slant route up the middle, something that gets you in at least an okay position for a 3rd down conversion. We'll have to see what he does here. This should be interesting.
It looks like we might have the same play here. They're lined up in the same formation they were the last time. And we have motion by Shaw. And Persing's dropping back the pass. He doesn't really have anybody open. He's going to run it around the corner. And it looks like he got back to the line of scrimmage. And there's a flag at the end of the play, possibly a late hit maybe on Southern. It was thrown right in the midst of the Shamokin bench there. Hopefully one of their guys didn't do anything down there because we can't afford to lose any more field position. But we'll wait along here with you to see what the referee calls here. It is going to be a personal foul against Southern. It'll be interesting to see here Shamokin's personal foul that they got called against them. They got their player ejected. It'll be interesting to see if a player has to leave the game here. And let's see here. Referee's going to mark off the penalty. And it looks like that's going to get Shamokin the first down. It's going to be 1st and 10.
Big break for Shamokin because they had nothing going on. I mean, two separate setups, 2 broken plays, nothing going on offensively, and they needed a break and they got it. So now let's see what they can do with it.
All right, Shamokin has the ball on the 35-yard line here, Persing under center. Takes the snap, hands off to Krebs. Krebs has a little opening, quickly closed by that fast Southern Columbia defense. Gains about a yard, and you're looking about a 2nd and 9.
The linemen are fresh, and they're moving off the ball. They're doing a real nice job of stopping the run, and they really have throughout this game. I mean, they've had a few spots where Krebs has gotten away from them a little bit and gotten into their secondary, but they've done a real nice job of getting off their offensive linemen and making a stop at the line of scrimmage.
And we're still at their own Southern Columbia's 35-yard line. 10 minutes, 12 seconds left in the game. Shamokin is trailing 7-6.
It'd be really nice to see Shamokin make a score right here. It'd be really positive for them. Not only to get the lead back, but to put Southern in a real tight spot. I mean, there's still play time. We got just under 10 minutes to go here in the third quarter, but a score would mean a lot to Shamokin right now.
Right, for Singh under center, takes the handoff. And he fakes the handoff, has a guy open, hesitated, throws it behind Yoder. Yoder makes the catch. A nice catch there. It looks like by the mark on the field, he may have the first down.
If it's not, it's close.
And the refs have signaled it. First down, Shamokin area on a nice pass.
Good to see the ball out of Singh's hands, getting it to his wide receiver, and then having some yards after the catch, getting Shamokin a first down. They have to respect the pass if they can get it off, and they just did right there. I'd like to see some more of that, some wide receivers getting off their blocks, getting down the field, and getting some nice yardage for Shamokin. See, now they have the ability to run the ball, and they have to respect the fact that they can throw the ball at any time.
And it looks like Singh's under center with Haddock in the backfield. And he hands off, and a big hole there for Shikatano. Shikatano with a nice run there. Looks like he gained about 9 yards. It's going to be 2nd and short, about 2nd and 1 yard for the Indians. A thing to note, Krebs hasn't been in the game for a little bit. Noticed him limping a little bit. Hopefully nothing serious there. We hope to see him back in the game here.
Big loss for Shamokin if Krebs can't get back in.
Right now we got our 2 power guys back there in Shikatano, and he gets another big hole there, spins, still up on his feet, and the Indians keep pounding that ball. They're moving the ball here. We got about 9 minutes and 10 seconds left.
And I say keep running it until they stop you, and they have not been able to be stopped on this drive. They're so close to the goal line. They need to score right now. They need to get back on top and get a lead.
And we got 1st and goal now for the Indians. We have a Southern player down on the field, and we'll return to the action. All right, we're back with action here. Shamokin has a 1st and goal here. They keep pounding the ball here. Singh is under center. We have, looks like Haddock and Shikatano back in the backfield. Imagine we'll see a run here. Hard count by Singh. It looks like they may have drawn the Southern defense offsides. We'll wait here for the call.
Big piece of information for you. It was Kyle Conahan who went down on that play. That's a huge loss for Southern if he is unable to go. He's the one who made the big interception in the first half and is a big, big presence on their secondary. If he goes down, it's a large, large loss for Southern's defense.
And it looks like it was encroachment on the Tigers. That's going to move the ball to about the 4-yard line. Shamokin has a big opportunity here to punch it in here. With about 9 minutes left in the game, Shamokin is trailing 7-6. We got our 2 backs in the backfield right now with Haddock and Shikatano. Singh with the handoff to Shikatano. He's up the middle, and it looks like he's a little bit shorty. Looks like he's down to the 1-yard line here. It will be 2nd and goal for the Indians. It looks like he just barely missed the end zone on that play right there.
I'd say don't even take a chance. You've been busting the ball up the middle so far. It's been working. Push it in right now and put 6 points on the board.
Shamokin fans are on their feet, creating as much noise as they can. The cheerleaders are hopping around. And Singh hands off. Oh, and it looks like he was tripped up a little bit. And it looks like he's going to be marked at the same exact spot. 3rd and goal for the Indians. This is a big play for Shamokin. Shamokin this close has to capitalize on this field position and punch this one in.
A field goal works, but a touchdown is infinitely better right now.
We'll see what the Indians elect to do here. 3rd and goal for Singh under center. Same running back combination we have been seeing. And the fans are on their feet. Singh with the sneak, and I don't think he got it. No, he did not. He is stopped at the 1-yard line, and Shamokin really has a tough decision here. The refs signal 4th down, and it will be interesting to see what Carmen decides to do here. I'd imagine they'd probably go for it here.
They really need to punch that ball in on third down. They had such success doing it on this drive.
And it looks like Persing is coming back. Chicatano on the field trying to pump up the crowd. Both sides on their feet. The stadium's electric right now.
Key moment in the game here, people.
We got an I formation here. The handoff to Chicatano. And the Southern defense makes the stop.
Unbelievable
Shamokin
play.
cannot punch it in.
Unbelievable.
Southern's going to get the ball back, first down and 10 from their own 1-yard line. A big stop for Southern. Southern hadn't really stopped Chicatano at all on that drive. They just couldn't punch it in there.
Unbelievable pressure put on the Southern defense, but they came back real strong and held Shamokin's offense, which is really, really astounding. They had 3 downs to punch that ball in without any worry, and then they weren't able to do that. They had to wait until 4th down. They went for it. It didn't work out for them, and that's a shame. Now
right here, though, Shamokin did give up the ball here, but they are backed up in their end zone. A possible safety, maybe, which
they
would
needed
put
points,
Shamokin
though.
ahead.
They needed points.
All right, we're about ready to go here. The snap and the handoff, and drive straight ahead for about a gain of 3 yards. Looked to be Dave Adams on the carry there for the Tigers. And it looks like we have an official timeout on the field. We have a player down, and we'll return with more game action. And we're back here on Shamokin Area TV. Looks like the injury for Southern was Conahan again. Looks like he may have some leg cramps as he's coming off the field here. We're getting back some action here.
We'll try and fix him up real quick, get him back on the field, because he's the large player for that team.
We got Heitzman under center again. Some momentum there. And he has some running room. And that's a big play for Southern as Hanoski scampers for about 17 yards. And he's getting the crowd pumped up here on the Southern side. Big play for Southern after that key stop on defense. It's going to be first down and 10.
Yeah, it's big. Now they don't have to run the plays from their own end zone. I'd say that's a large play for them.
It looks like they're going to get the ball on about the 24-yard line.
Big, big play.
And they're going to come to the line once again with Heitzman under center. And the snap, and it looks like Hanoski has the ball again, breaks 2 tackles, and breaks another tackle, and it looks like he could go. Jared Williams is catching up to him with a saving tackle. Hanoski breaks another big play, gets Southern down to the 9-yard line. This is big for Southern. They had a big stop. The fans are back in the game now, and they got a first and goal for themselves now at the 9-yard line. Hanoski really came out to play in the second half.
It's just a matter of time. He can't stop the kid. The kid's an all-pro talent. There's no way he can hold him back forever. He was going to get this. He's got the ball down the field. He made a really big play for his team after a big, big stop. Now they got the ball deep in Shamokin territory, threatening to score again. And that would be a deadly, deadly thing for Shamokin if they put the ball in this end zone right now.
And it looks like he didn't get the spot I thought he did. It is not first and goal for Southern. They're on about the 12-yard line. They have 3 running backs. And Heitzman takes the snap. It looks like he hands it off, and he breaks 2 tackles again. That looked like Corey Sober on the play. I mean, Southern has come out, and they are pounding the ball.
Corey Sober, an underrated player for Southern. He's had a real nice game so far.
I mean, Hanoski's really picked it up here with Conahan on the bench with some cramps, it appears. He's really taking control out there, getting the team down the field. And another thing to note is Southern is running some time down on this drive. We're down to 5 minutes here in the 3rd quarter. Shamokin has to come up with a big stop, just like Southern did when Shamokin was in their territory here. And I don't know if you can hear it here, but the fans are stomping their feet. They're making noise. And it looks like Hanoski punches it in. Southern is going to score in that play. It is now 13-6, Southern Columbia. And that's a big game-changing play right now. Shamokin had their chance the last time, couldn't punch it in. Southern gets their chance, and they punched it in.
Southern player down on the field.
And we'll return with action on Shamokin Area TV. about 5 seconds. We're back here at Tiger Stadium on Shamokin Area TV. Southern's about ready to attempt the extra point. Right now the score holds at 13-6. We have Ian Fulmer back to attempt the extra point. And we have a flag before the snap.
That's not something you see
And
every day.
it's a false start on the offense. Going to move Southern back 5 yards here. Make it a little bit difficult here for him. And I'm sure Shamokin here is hoping that Fulmer here misses the extra point, because then they'd only be down by a touchdown. They wouldn't have to go to 2 if they scored.
And Fulmer hasn't shown a constant ability to make extra points and field goals so far.
That's one thing that's tough with high school football, is finding that place kicker for you that can put up extra points. And it's rare that you get up a talent.
That would be nice if it showed up. And you know, you can use Yoder, you can use Jarrett. You know, they're missing Miller right now big time, because he was that senior presence for him. And you know, he can give you short routes. He can give you something deep if you need him to. But he's, you know, even if you're looking for that 5-yard gain to convert a first down, anything you needed, he would have done for you. They're missing him big time on the offense right now.
Great, and good news for Shamokin fans. Tim Krebs is back in the center to return the kickoff. Be interesting to see who they put in there in replace of Miller. Looks like Shaw was originally in that. He's being replaced now. Looks by number 5, Zach Phillips. And it looks like Jarrett Williams is to the right of Krebs to return this kickoff.
This 3 return set is a little weird, but let's see if it works out for him.
We'll see here. Fulmer getting ready to kick here. And here's the kick. Another solid kick right to Krebs. See if they can create anything here for him. Takes the ball right up the middle. Tackled pretty much right away. Shamokin will get the ball back at their own 28-yard line.
Good to see him running, though. It didn't show any ill effects. If he had an injury, he's not showing anything right now. He had a good run. Yes, he was tackled, but you didn't see him limping. You didn't see him wincing. You didn't see him anything. All right, and that's good news for the Shamokin Indians right now.
I think it's key here, too, for Shamokin to come out here, pound that ball again, run some time off the clock. I think we need a score here.
Throw Chicatano at him. The kid's shown an ability to break through tackles. A nice heavy dose of him on this drive. You know, picking up that yardage would be excellent right now.
Looks like we have Shaw and Williams to our side here as wide receivers. And the handoff is a fake handoff, actually. He has a guy open, Williams with the catch. First down Indians, and he gets the ball up to the 44-yard line. Something he has to be careful about is I sort of noticed that he spiked the ball there at the end of the play. The ref didn't pick up on it. That could have been a big personal foul there. But there is a flag down on the field. And it looks like we have an illegal receiver downfield for the Indians. Another shot in the foot here. A nice play, a nice pass, but doesn't count because of the penalty, and it's going to move Shamokin back here. And it looks like we have another injury timeout, and we'll return here. We're back here at Tiger Stadium with the Indians currently having a 1st and 15 on it looks about their own 22-yard line. We actually still have a Southern player down on the field.
It's Victor Northern and another player that they can ill afford to miss. They already have Conahan out with cramps. We'll see about what Northern's doing. He seems to be fine walking off on his own power. Oh man, they can ill afford to lose Victor Northern.
It's good to see him come off here on his own power, and I imagine he'll be back in the game for Southern.
Get a little work done.
And we're back with action here as Persing goes under center. The snap, he's going back to pass, does a little punt fake, throws the ball up and underthrows his receiver. A little bit of contact there, and it looks like Shamokin has drawn the pass interference call. We'll wait here for the official call here.
If he called there, if it's pass interference, that ball didn't look very catchable for the Shamokin receiver, and if so, that does not contest pass interference.
If the ball is not catchable, it would not be pass interference, but it is pass interference for the Indians. They catch a little bit of a break there.
A little bit.
I sort of thought the ball was underthrown. He didn't really have a chance to catch it.
Tried to come back to it.
But this may be the break that Shamokin needs. They're going to mark the ball downfield now. They're going to get the ball at about their own 37-yard line here. Pick up a 1st and 10.
Shamokin catches another big break, another penalty. I mean, they've been shooting themselves in the foot, but they've been pulling the balls out themselves.
And one thing you can sort of see here, you can tell it's the first game for both teams, but they're working out the kinks. See a little bit more refined football here in the 3rd quarter here.
Absolutely.
And the snap. Persing passes again, gets it out there for about a 5-yard gain. I believe it is Jared Williams. A nice 5-yard pickup there, a nice little swing pass out there.
The quick out worked that time. I mean, the quick out works when you're not getting press coverage on your wide receivers, and they recognize that immediately because you have to respect Jared Williams. So they go to him right away instead of trying to throw the ball downfield. He gets them the 5 yards they needed. Now they got a 2nd down and doable. And we'll see what they do here. I would expect you got to see Shamokin sometime soon. And also, I'd like to see Krebs here.
They also do have, like Jordan mentioned, Shamokin and Krebs in the backfield. And it looks like another pass attempt. Oh, nice pass. Nice pass. Shaw's going to go. He's at the 20, the 10. Touchdown, Shamokin. A nice pass from Persing to Shaw. He really got that ball in there. I mean, you talk about composure. That was a heck of a pass by Persing. The Shamokin fans are loving it. Silence the Southern fans here. The bench is loving it for Shamokin. A big play here. We got 13-12 here with 4 minutes left in the game, and a key extra point coming up here for the Indians. The Indians did miss the first extra point and can ill afford to miss this next extra point.
Out of all the words you just said, the two that rang the most to me was big play. We finally saw someone break it for Shamokin. It went for the touchdown. They put the team right back in the game. They're going to need to make the extra point. I have every confidence in Krebs to make this extra point right now. He needs to shake off his first attempt and put this one through the uprights, get this game tied, and now they need to go back on defense and make a really big stop.
And we did have a little delay there. Shaw appeared to be a little bit shaken up, limping off to the sideline. I'm sure he'll be fine. He'll be back in the game. He's a gamer.
He is a gamer, isn't he?
And we got Krebs setting up for the extra point here. The Southern fans stomping their feet, making as much noise as they can. Jordan right next to me has his fingers crossed right here for the extra point. It's snapped, and it is good. The kick is good. This game is all tied up at 13 with 4 minutes left here in the 3rd quarter. A big pass from Persing to Shaw. I mean, Persing, he couldn't have put the ball in a better place.
Absolutely.
He got it in between 2 defenders, and Shaw showed us how much speed he has when he took off.
Big
We'll,
stuff for Shamokin.
Definitely,
right?
definitely. And we'll be back with more action here on Shamokin Area TV. Welcome back to Tiger Stadium. The score now is 13-13. Shamokin just connected on a big pass. I mean, excellent throw. Our sophomore quarterback here, Mark Persing, starting to show some composure here. You can tell he's getting more used to the system here, getting used to the game. Krebs is about ready to kick off here to Southern. And the Shamokin team is getting set up on the field. They're jumping up and down, getting the fans psyched. Something you like to see from the team.
Can you say momentum shift?
And we have Krebs with his hand up. And the kick, pretty good kick here. And they field it, and a nice tackle there. Looks like Southern's going to get the ball at about the 32-yard line. important defensive series here for Shamokin. Since they just got that big touchdown, you don't want to give the momentum back to the Tigers.
You have to neutralize Pinoski right now. I mean, he's got to be really confident in his abilities from breaking that big run. You got to think they're going to go right back to him, and you got to be able to stop him. I mean, Sober's done some good things for him, but Pinoski's the one that's carrying the load for this team right now.
Okay, we got Heitzman back under center for the Tigers. Wing formation, like the Tigers like to run. Hinoski has the ball and gets about, if at all, maybe a yard.
Best you can hope for in that situation.
Definitely, and it looks like the stop was made by Justin Jaworski. He showed good defensive containment out there, kept the run inside, and didn't allow Hinoski to make a big play like he's done the past series. He's going to bring up approximately about a 2nd and 7. The clock is ticking. We are down to 3 minutes and 20 seconds. Coming out in that wing formation again, Hinoski right behind Heitzman. We do have motion, and it appeared to me that the Southern linemen started a little bit early, and we'll wait for the official's call here.
First game of the season, you're going to see this. I mean, there's no real preseason for these teams. You only have a couple of scrimmages, and you only have so much time to work out the kinks, as you said.
And that, in fact, was what it was. We have a 5-yard penalty on Southern, moves them back a little bit. About 2nd and 12 for them.
Every little bit counts.
And we'll see what they do here coming out of the huddle. Once again, they're in that wing formation. Heitzman takes the snap, and he's going to keep the ball himself. Tried to get out around the corner, maybe got 2 yards. If at that, nice containment by Shamokin to push him out of bounds.
Yoder had a lot of pursuit there. He got off the line real well. He has this entire game. He's had a great game on both sides of the football, making that big catch for about 15 yards earlier in the game, and has been getting constant pressure on the quarterback.
And it is 3rd and 9 for the Tigers. They bring a bunch of fresh legs into the game. Be interesting to see what they do here. Both teams really not passing the ball too much. I think Shamokin's passed the ball a little bit more than what Southern has. However, you can't rule out the pass here by the Tigers. They got 2 wide receivers here. Hinoski right behind Heitzman. And it looks like we got some good pressure here. Heitzman looking for somebody, throws the ball, a bad pass, and the pass is incomplete. A little bit of contact between the Shamokin defender and the Southern wide receiver. Southern fans didn't really like the no call there, but I mean, that's just something you're going along. I don't think the Shamokin guy intentionally did it. It was something as they were running, they got their feet tangled.
Well, we've seen a lot of penalties in this game, and we've also seen a real, if there's any contact made, you're going to see a flag. Not the case on that particular play, and I think the Southern fans have a legitimate gripe because there have been some iffy calls on both sides tonight, whether there's been contact or not.
And we got a punt here for the Tigers. Fulmer's back to punt. And let's see who we have deep here for the Indians. It's looking like we have Jarrett Williams on the right side. Really booming kick. They're going to let it roll. They're going to stay away from the ball. And it looks like they're going to get the ball back at about the 33-yard line. Pretty good field position for the Indians.
They can do something to this, or they're not pinned down in their own end, as has been the case at points in this game. They have their passing game working right now. Quarterback and receiver are on the same page. Krebs has been doing a heck of a job for this team so far in this game. You have to think that he's going to be a big factor in this drive as well. Yoder's done an exceptional job as a wide receiver in both blocking as well as in the throwing game. I'd like to see him get involved a little bit more, and I'd also really like to see something out of Jarrett Williams. They were able to exploit the Southern secondary in the last series. I'd like to see him try it again.
Right, a handoff to what appears to be Krebs. Krebs with another nice run there, picks up about 6 yards on the play, going to bring up a 2nd and 4 for the Indians.
Good to see Tim Krebs getting solid yardage out there again. Don't know where he went. I hope to find that out, but it's good to see him back out there again.
Good to see that he is healthy. He's running the ball just like he's been in the beginning, and I think you have to also mention this Shamokin line here. They're doing a heck of a job getting that push and opening holes for these running backs. They're going to give the handoff to Chicatano. They get a good push for him. Depending on the spot of the ball, they may have a first down. We have an official's timeout on the field with about 2 minutes and 3 seconds left here. The signal is a first down, 1st and 10 for Shamokin at about the 45-yard line. And Shamokin's really starting to pound the ball here, something that I'm sure the Shamokin fans on the other side like to see is getting them pumped here. And it'll be interesting to see what they do here on first down, if they keep it on the ground or decide to air it out. And it looks like it's going to go to Chicatano again. No, they faked it, a pitch out to Krebs, and he's going to gain about 6 yards. An excellent fake there by Persing. A little bit of an option play. Fake to Chicatano, he rolled out a little bit to the right and then pitched to Krebs. That plays a little bit harder than what fans would think because you're running at the same time as your running back is, and you have to have that timing down, and that all comes with practice. And you can see that these guys put in the time. They're a well-conditioned team. Coach Carm is excellent at doing that, and he definitely has them ready to play this game.
Absolutely. One name we haven't heard tonight that I really expected to is Josh Marks. He's out there every play. He hasn't really made any sort of impact in the game so far.
Krebs with another handoff, a spin, another spin, almost breaks free, has another first down for the Indians, and I don't know what more we can say about his running tonight. I mean, he's been running really good.
Not only, as you said, his running, but also the Shamokin defensive line, getting the push right off the ball, doing a heck of a job against that now what looks tired Southern defensive line. Josh Marks, not a factor at all. We haven't heard his name. He hasn't made any sort of impact in getting pressure on the quarterback, and I think that's really been a big factor in this game so far.
All right, we got a first down and 10 here for the Indians. Persing's going to roll out. A big sack for Southern. The offensive line sort of let him through. That's going to be about a 15-yard loss for Shamokin. Going to push him back to the 45-yard line, and that is not what you wanted to see if you were Shamokin.
And I guess I spoke too soon. Won't happen again.
We got about 22 seconds left here. Shamokin might have a chance to get off one more play here. They also have, which is neat down here, they also have the play clocks in the end zone, something they don't have at Shamokin. You don't see that too often at high school football games. So the quarterback can see how much time is on the clock. It looks like they're going to be happy with what they have right now. That's the end of the third quarter. It is all tied up here, 13-13. Both sides are standing up to show their team that they appreciate what they're doing. This is an excellent football game, and I think a little bit more than what people expected to see here. And we'll be back with fourth quarter action here on Shamokin Area TV. And we're back at Tiger Stadium as the Indians come out for the fourth quarter. Second and long form, second and about 20. Persing under center. They have the split back formation here. Persing takes the snap, a short drop and a pass. And it is caught. A nice little gain there, about 7 yards. I believe that was to Jared Williams. Let's just make sure here.
Yes, that was Jared Williams.
It was, in fact, Jared Williams. A nice little catch there. We got third down and about 13 yards for the Indians. They're starting to move the ball. They're past the 50-yard line, so they are in Southern territory. Once again, the fourth quarter has just started. It is 13 all. We got Eby lined up closest to our side here. Persing's going back to pass. Little screen, incomplete pass. And it's going to be fourth down for the Indians, and they're going to have to punt this ball away.
Persing does the right thing right there. He sees the pressure coming. He knows he doesn't want to go any farther back than he has to, because any real loss right there is only helping Southern field position-wise, because fourth down's coming up. You weren't going to get anything other than that. It's better just to get rid of the ball, punt on fourth down, and leave it up to your defense, who has done really, really well in this game so far.
And as you said, he got rid of the ball, and also another important key factor there was he didn't hang his running back out to dry. He could have got the ball to him and then had him take a big hit, but instead he grounded it. And now we have Shaw kicking off here. A nice punt again. Southern with absolutely no pressure whatsoever allowed Shaw to take as much time as he wanted. A swarm of Indian defenders down there, and they're going to down the ball. And it looks like about the 15-yard line of Southern Columbia. It's going to be first and 10 with about 11 minutes to go in the game here.
Big spot right here.
It'll be interesting to see here how Southern comes out here. They haven't really passed the ball that much. I would be maybe keen on the run here.
I got to think they're waiting for it. I got to think they're just going to pick a spot, and they're just going to just throw a bomb. I mean, maybe the kid doesn't have the arm. We really don't know. He's a sophomore. He really hasn't had the experience. Maybe they don't feel comfortable with him bombing a ball, 30, 35 yards down the field. I mean, they really haven't shown much in the passing game. I got to think they're picking at their spot, though.
Right, Heitzman with the snap, hands off to Hinoshki. Fumble on the play, but he recovers it and gains about 4 yards. A nice recovery there by Hinoshki. Ball might be getting a little bit slippery as it gets later on here. There might be some do or miss on the field.
The kid just doesn't get rattled, though. I mean,
excellent composure there.
Absolutely.
To pick back up the ball and still get positive yards for the Tigers.
Absolutely. You can't, he lets that ball go and, flips out and tries to flop on it like a dead fish.
Game. That's a key turnover.
You're giving the ball to Shamokin
yep.
right in your red zone.
And Southern's pretty much been running the same formation all night. Hinoshki right behind Heitzman. A little trickery here. Heitzman keeps the ball, has a little bit of a hole, closes up pretty quick. However, they're going to have a 3rd and short here, about 3rd and 3 for the Tigers. And I wouldn't be surprised if you see him give the ball to Hinoshki again.
He's their go-to guy. 3rd and short. You got to think the ball's going to go to him right now.
And Southern's coming up to the line here. I'm surprised the Shamokin fans aren't making a little bit more noise than what they are. Some of them are starting to get up on their feet there. And they have the stack line, and it is Hinoshki. And the push is good enough to get him the first down. Southern Columbia is going to pick up the first down on the play. We have about 9 minutes and 40 seconds left here, and we're gridlocked at 13 all.
Just an absolutely fantastic football game being played here tonight, folks. Two teams both want this game really, really bad. It's a statement game. It's the first game of the year. Shamokin really wasn't picked by many people to win this game. I mean, I read the paper this morning. It said Southern across the board, and I was a little bit surprised.
And Southern's coming back up to the ball here. Heitzman takes the snap, and it looks like he's going to have the handoff. And it looks like he gets tackled. It looked like Andrew Wimble on the carry there for Southern. Picks up about a yard. It's going to be about 2nd and 9 for Southern Columbia. And it looks like they're getting some new personnel in here for the Tigers. And Carm, as usual, going up and down the sideline, shouting out instructions.
The man is a field general. He knows exactly what he wants to happen all the time, and he's not afraid to let people know about it.
Definitely. Something you like to see on the sideline. He has that fire in him, and he wants to win games. And he's an excellent coach here for Shamokin area. And it looks like a false start on the offense.
And that would just be absolutely deadly for Southern, right?
Unless the only other option we have is if a Shamokin defender may have jumped offside and pushed him.
Which we have seen.
But it doesn't appear to be that way. The call is on Southern. It's going to move them back 5 yards. They're going to have about 2nd and 14 now.
It's really pretty much who blinks first. I mean, Southern's not really helping themselves with these penalties. They haven't been the entire game. And, all they're doing is giving Shamokin field position and an opportunity, and they're more than welcome to it.
And Southern's going to come back to the line here. We're all tied up here at 13. Heitzman's going to take the snap, and a busted play. They almost had him, and they do have him. Shamokin comes up with a huge sack here. We're trying to see who that might have been. We can't really pick out the player from up here, but a big play for the Shamokin defense there, pushing them back more 3rd and forever. And I mean, if they can come up with a big stop here, get them to punt the ball, they're going to come back with excellent field position here. The clock is ticking. We are down to 7 minutes and 55 seconds. The clock is going to play a factor in this game. If Shamokin can get the ball back here and score here with about 3 minutes left on the clock, that would put them in excellent position for this game because their defense has been superb so far. Looks like they're going to go with a conservative approach. Handoff to Hinoshki. Gains a solid 5 or 6 yards, but it is going to bring up 4th down for Southern Columbia. They're going to have to punt the ball, and Shamokin's going to get the ball back here in what we hope is going to be good field position. And Southern sending in their punt crew right now. We're going to see Fulmer again. He's been pretty good with his leg back there. A couple of nice spiral punts.
Absolutely. He's been booming them all night. You can expect much of the same now, unless he shanks it, which is always a possibility.
And we have two returners back here for Shamokin. And the punt is off. Another good kick. And Williams is going to let it go. A bad decision there. It took a bad hop for him there. He knows it. He knows he should have maybe fielded that ball, called for a fair catch, but I think in his mind, he didn't think the ball was going to take that kind of bounce. You have to give credit to Fulmer there, getting enough rotation on the ball to make it bounce backwards.
He just didn't have good position on the ball. The ball landed pretty much right next to him when it landed, and it's pretty much you're at the mercy of wherever that ball's going. I mean, it could even put you in a worse position if it decides to take a bad hop and come right at you, and you have 4 black shirts around you at that time, and that's the worst thing that could possibly happen to Shamokin right now.
And Shamokin's going to start off with a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 from their own 30-yard line. We got Shikatano and Krebs in the backfield. We got motion by Jared Williams. Persing takes the snap. He's going to pass it. He is looking. He completes the pass to Jared Williams. Oh, and he spins around. He could have a touchdown here. Looks like he is going to get caught. And he's down. He's still going. An excellent pass and catch and run by the Shamokin Indians. Another big play, what we were looking for here. A nice little toss and catch there by Persing. Another solid play. And, I mean, Williams really took over after that. He took control. He showed his speed, did the little spin there, and now Shamokin is in prime position here.
I have been calling Jared Williams' name all night, and he finally decided to show up and make a big play for this team. He said it on the top of the broadcast. Jared Williams has a big playability, and he showed it right there. I mean, Shamokin tailored that play perfectly. They had people in motion coming to the side of the ball which they wanted to, which was their left side. They had about 4 blockers out in front of Jared Williams. They all used them, and he got by one, and then it was just completely over after that. What goes about 50 yards downfield, completely changes the momentum of this game. It's all on Shamokin right now. They're within scoring range. It's in the red zone of Southern, looking to put this game away right now with about 6 minutes and 35 seconds to go.
And we got split backs once again, Krebs and Shikatano. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw Shikatano here, which we do. He gets the handoff and is stopped right at the line. Looks like Josh Marks in on the tackle. Actually, it was Dave Forney. Dave Forney was in on the tackle for that.
Shamokin's doing a real nice job of switching things up. They just got a little sidetracked right there. They ran into a wall. But they are doing a real nice job exploiting the pass. I mean, Southern's secondary has left something to be desired in this game. And Shamokin has used that to their advantage for several big passing plays. And Krebs and Shikatano have been absolutely incredible.
Right, we have a fake and get rid of the ball, and he isn't able to. He's sort of keeled over there, something you don't like to see. That's going to push him back. Maybe the Indians were thinking a field goal here. That is putting some pressure on Krebs here. I mean, he takes a sack here. It's going to be 3rd and long for the Indians. Depending on how they're thinking here, Krebs is able to get the ball in from this distance. Maybe they'll do a conservative play here, run the ball, get him set up in the middle of the field here for a kick here. But I think if you're Shamokin in this position, I think I would test the secondary again here. Maybe it doesn't have to be a deep pass, maybe a short little screen pass or something, see if you can catch him off guard here.
I think they're looking for a fade, and they got Shaw on our close side. And
they got Shaw out here in single coverage. And it looks like it's going to be a false start on Shamokin, something that cannot happen here. They're going to march him back another 5 yards. And it's going to be 3rd and even longer for the Indians. It's about 3rd and 20 for the Indians with about 5 minutes and 10 seconds left in the ball game. They're going to have to come up with some kind of play here. I imagine this is probably out of Krebs' range as far as field goal kicking. They do have Shaw here over single coverage. And it looks like a broken up play. Persing is running the ball, a spin, and he held on to the ball. An excellent coverage there by Southern, but he picks up. He's back to where the markers originally started, gets him a little bit closer. It is going to be 4th down, And I believe they are sending in the field goal unit here.
Unbelievable play by Mark Persing, realizing that Southern was bringing the house in that situation, trying to snuff out any short conservative plays. He gets by the coverage, gets his team into field goal range, and if this goes the way Shamokin wants it to, they're going to come out smiling.
And it looks like they are setting up for a field goal. It looks like it's going to be about a 32-yard attempt here for Krebs, certainly within his range. The fans are all on their feet. The snap is down, the kick is up, and it is good! The field goal is good for Shamokin. Tim Krebs with a 32-yard field goal puts the Indians on top here, 16-13 with 4:17 to go, and the Shamokin crowd is loving it. Everybody is up on their feet. It sort of silenced the Southern crowd over here. They're sort of in shock. But the thing Shamokin has to remember is this game is not over.
Absolutely.
They have to keep coming out, keep their heads in the game, and keep playing with the intensity that they're showing right now.
He made the uprights, but it wasn't by much. He sure knows how to thrill a crowd.
It's definitely a game of inches here.
Absolutely.
And we'll be back with the kickoff on Shamokin Area TV. We're back here at Tiger Stadium. The fans are pumped. Shamokin has just taken the lead with a 32-yard field goal by Tim Krebs. They're up 16-13 with 4:17 left. And it's great as we look over on the Shamokin crowd. The band's playing the Tomahawk Chop. The fans are on their feet. It's just a great sight to see here at Tiger Stadium. Krebs is preparing to kick the ball off here. Shamokin huddles, about ready to get out to the line here. They have to have good kick coverage here. You don't want to give up any cheap points here on a kickoff return. And he's eyeing up the kick.
He's going to need the boom one here. He wants them back by at least the 20.
And here's the kick. Pretty good kick there by Krebs. It's going to take a short hop. It's going to be fielded by Austin Carpenter. Almost breaks the tackle, but is brought down. And it looks like Southern's going to start their drive off at about the 27-yard line with 4 minutes and 10 seconds remaining.
Now, it should be mentioned that Southern has plenty of time to sustain a drive and go downfield here. They've shown the ability to run the ball at points. Hanatsky is certainly a player to watch on this drive. He's their bread and butter. You know he's going to see a lot of action here. And we still haven't seen them go to the passing game yet. If not by choice, by force.
I mean, they keep lining up here as you see Heitzman under center in the wing tee. Handoff to Hanatsky, a missed tackle, but who else? Jordan Haddock in on the tackle, stands him up, and then is just swarmed by white shirts. An excellent defensive effort. A 1-yard loss on the play. It's going to bring up 2nd and 11 for the Tigers. And like Jordan has mentioned before, nobody really gave Shamokin a shot to win this game. They were big underdogs. Southern is a three-time state championship here, and I mean, both teams are playing their hearts out here. You could not have asked for a better game by both teams.
Everyone is giving everything. What a way to kick off the season.
And it's going to be 2nd and 11 as Heitzman returns under center. Takes the snap, and it looks like it's going to be a pass. And he's going deep. And excellent coverage there by number 12 of the Indians, David Shaw.
He's doing everything tonight.
The Southern fans were up on their feet, thought there might be a little bit of pass interference. It looked like Shaw might have lost his footing and touched the Southern guy. But excellent coverage. They finally aired the ball out. Was close to a big play, but they didn't get it. Another strong play.
They picked their spot.
It's going to bring up 3rd and 11 for the Tigers. Be interesting to see here if they would be confident enough, if it is 4th down, to go for it in this situation. With only 3 minutes and 19 seconds remaining in the game, Shamokin is up 16-13. Southern is coming to the ball. They have 3rd and 11. Heitzman under center. And they're going to pass again. They're getting good pressure, and Heitzman breaks away, and he is tackled on the play. He might have gained 2 yards at the most. Devin Chickatano with a nice tackle, showing good speed there. Catching up to Heitzman.
Excellent lateral speed by Devin Chickatano right
And
there.
we got a decision here for the Tigers. We have about 4th and 8. 2 minutes and 50 seconds remaining in the game. It looks like they will punt the ball back to Shamokin. Shamokin does have to worry about here maybe a fake. but it is looking good so far.
If they're going to do it, now's the time.
Low snap, we have a flag on the play. A booming kick, Shamokin is going to let it bounce. It's a Shamokin bounce, and they're going to down it at the 45-yard line.
You just have to hope this penalty isn't on Shamokin because they couldn't really have anything better happen to him than that kick.
But, I mean, we do have a flag on the play. I'm surprised it is against Southern. I imagine Shamokin will probably decline the penalty. Be interesting to see here. All right, we got good field position here for the Indians. They're going to start their drive off on the 45. We have about 2.5 minutes left here. Shamokin is up 16-13. Shamokin did decline that penalty.
It's all about one thing right now, Mike. It's all about killing time.
They have to pound the ball out here.
Absolutely, and they've
that
shown
time
an
down.
ability to get good yardage with the running game.
Definitely.
One of our key points for tonight. And all they need to do is give them a healthy dosage of Chicatano and Krebs, and you're going to see Shamokin's victory here tonight. But I don't want to speak too out of turn.
And we have a whistle here. Looks like probably going to be a false start on the Indians. Going to push him back to about a 1st and 15.
Oh, there's that too.
And we'll wait for the official call here. We don't want to get ahead of ourselves.
No, never.
And it looks like, no, it is against Southern. Encroachment on the Southern football team.
They just can't catch a break right now.
And it's going to be a 1st and 5 for the Indians with 2 minutes and 29 seconds left in this 4th quarter. Shamokin is on the 50-yard line now. They're in the huddle.
They have to be thinking kill right now. They have to be thinking, there's 2 minutes and 29 seconds, and that's 2 minutes and 28 seconds too much for me. They got to be thinking, let's get the ball downfield, let's get a touchdown, let's put this game out of reach, and let's go home and have fun.
And the quick handoff there appears to be Jordan Haddock on the carry. Picks up about 2 yards. It's going to bring up a 2nd and short, about 2nd and 3 for the Indians. A little pounding the ball out here. As we mentioned, the clock is ticking. We're currently down to 2 minutes and 10 seconds. As Persing gets the call from the sideline, comes back to the huddle.
They might just let it run out.
And the Indians do break the huddle. Something that will be interesting to watch here is if Persing watches that play clock in the end zone, he wants to run the play clock all the way down to 1 before he snaps the ball to waste some more time. And he gives it off to Krebs. Krebs punches it ahead. It's going to be about a yard short. And we do have a timeout on the field. And Southern Columbia is going to take a timeout. We'll return with the action. Shamokin is currently leading 16-13. And we're back here at Tiger Stadium. 1:44 left in the 4th quarter. Shamokin is currently still holding on to a 16-13 lead. A big 3rd down here for the Indians. We have 3rd and 1 on about the 47-yard line of the Tigers. And we got the big boys back in the backfield. It looks like we have Haddock leading the way for Krebs. The handoff is towards Krebs. He spins, and it looks like he did get the 1st down. We'll wait for the spot here. It's going to be close. We're going to have an official's timeout for the measurement. And we'll wait for the change. It doesn't look like they're going to measure, and it's going to be 4th and short for the Indians. Another interesting decision here with 1:37 left in the game. I would imagine Shamokin would go for it.
Well,
right
it's playing right near their hands right now because with a $1:37 left on the clock, you got to figure if you pin them back in their territory, they're going to have to throw the ball, something they haven't shown an ability to do this entire game. You run the ball, you run the risk of not getting out of bounds, having that clock running, and if you're that far back in your own territory, it really doesn't give you much of a chance. They're going to have to throw the ball, and it's going to have to be right on the money. They're going to have to make some big catches, some big plays, get down the field quickly, no matter what. I can't see them going for it. They have the lead. They have the time on their side if they need it. I got to think they're going to go.
It looks like they are going for it. Persing is back in the game. Both sides are up on their feet. The atmosphere here is electric. This is a big play. A big play for both teams here. We have 4th and short, 1:37 left in the game. Shamokin clinging to a 16-13 lead off of a 32-yard field goal by Tim Krebs.
This is a make it or break it down for Southern. They showed an ability to stop them on the goal line. It'll be interesting to see what defense they call. I can imagine they're going to jam the line.
And it looks like Shamokin wants to think this over a little bit more. They take a timeout themselves, and we'll be back here with the 4th quarter action. We are back here at Tiger Stadium, and it looks like with second thought, Shamokin is going to punt the ball. It appears that somebody is not out on the field. That's supposed to be punter Dave Shaw. Just made a count, and we had 2 guys running out on the field here. It looks like we're set now. We got about 16 seconds left on the play clock. Shamokin is going to punt the ball here. Going to be looking for a good punt here by Shaw. Good snap. The kick is up. A good punt, a line drive. It looks like it's going to bounce. He's going to let it go, and it's just barely sneaks into the end zone for a touchback. Southern Columbia is going to get the ball at the 20-yard line. 1:29 left in the game. Score Shamokin 16, Southern Columbia 13.
I think the only reason they thought about trying something on 4th down there was to see the defense that Southern put out there. They didn't like what they saw. They called the timeout. They got him. They're not really going to use him. They're not really pressed for time here. They take the timeout. I like the call. I like the decision. They make the right play by punting the ball off. They got 1:29 seconds to go, about 80 yards, and we'll see what happens.
And you got to watch out for the pass here. You got to imagine that it's in Southern's mind. They had a few almost complete passes the last drive, and they are passing on 1st down. A short pass is complete. He breaks 1 tackle, 2 tackles, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that is not what Shamokin wanted to see. A long pass completion here. He is still on his feet. And he finally gets knocked out of bounds. And he's going to get past the 50-yard line. A big completion there. And it looks like that was Colby Snyder. And they are out of bounds. We have 1:14 left in this game. Shamokin 16, Southern 13. A big decision here. And it looks like we have a penalty against Shamokin, a personal foul penalty, which is really going to hurt. The defense is really going to have to step it up here. And the Southern fans are now back in the game.
This is the last thing Shamokin needed right now. They had him pinned back in their own zone. First play of the drive, a quick out to the right side. It worked out for him. Shamokin needed sure tackling on this drive. They didn't get it. He missed about 4 or 5 tackles, got down all the way to the other side of the field from where he started, and made Shamokin pay for it. Now the crowd's into it.
1st and 10, Southern Columbia on Shamokin's 32. Heisman takes a snap. It looked like a false start on the offense. They're airing it out. He has somebody, but he overthrows him. Zach was beat on the play. Zach Phillips was beat on the play. However, the quarterback, Heitzman, overthrew his wide receiver, Tom Admire, just by a couple of inches.
We've seen that numerous times tonight, and it's got, he's not rattled. He just doesn't have the precision downfield yet. That's only going to come with age.
And that would have been a big blow for Shamokin. Southern Columbia right now, I think the last drive sort of had somewhat success trying to air it out, and I think that's what they're going to be doing here. 1:09 left in the game. Heitzman under center. Takes a snap. They are passing again. It looks like a short pass. Overthrows his receiver, Corey Sober. It's going to be 3rd down and 10 for Southern Columbia. 1:06 still left on the clock. Plenty of time for something to happen here. And that sort of silenced the crowd a little bit.
Yeah, they're getting, there's tension there because their team is still down. They have not tied the game yet. They have not taken the lead yet. And until there is points on the board in favor of their team, they are not going to be comfortable.
And this is a big 3rd down here. Southern fans on their feet. Shamokin's fans on their feet. The student section is up on their feet. Heitzman under center takes the ball. A quick pass out on the flat, and he has it complete, and a missed tackle. And it appears Southern's going to have another 1st down on a swing pass. We have about a minute left in the game. A big 1st down for Southern, and Shamokin has to step it up here. Southern is moving the ball with the passing game here.
And they are in field goal range now.
They are in field goal range. I think it would be, 1st and 10 big here for Shamokin. If they could get the stop, I'd be willing to give up the field goal here. And it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Tigers here. Exactly 1 minute left in the game. Tigers players that are on the bench are waving their hands, trying to get the crowd involved. I don't know if you can hear it over TV, but the fans are stomping their feet, clapping. Shamokin's up on their feet. And Heitzman rolls back. Another pass by Southern. Another short pass. Broken up. A nice hit by, looks like, Devin Chicatano.
Making another big
incomplete pass.
Another big play by Devin Chicatano on defense.
And this game here is going to come down to the... And Heitzman once again under center. Takes the ball, he's back to pass, another fade pattern, and he overthrows him again.
That's the fourth time.
Tom Admire had a beat on Zach Phillips over there. Fortunately for Shamokin, Heitzman could not get him the ball. It's going to bring up another 3rd down and 10, where Southern was the last time. They threw a little swing pass out to the side. I wouldn't be surprised if you might see something like that again. We do have 52 seconds left on the clock, and it is 3rd down and 10 for Southern Columbia. We got 2 wide receivers here again. It looks like they're playing Phillips back a little bit more off. They have to be short. They have to be careful the short pass here. We have motion, handoff to Janoski, and he is stopped. It is 4th down for Southern Columbia, 4th and 8. The clock is ticking. We have about 43 seconds left, and it looks like we have a timeout on the field by Southern Columbia. That will be their last timeout. It is 4th down and 8 for the Tigers with 43 seconds left. Shamokin leading 16-13. We'll return with more action. We're back here at Tiger Stadium, 43 seconds left on the clock. Shamokin holding on to a 16-13 lead. 4th down for the Tigers. A big defensive opportunity here for Shamokin. The Southern fans are starting to get to their feet. Shamokin's been on their feet. They're waving towels. They're painted up in purple and white. A great sight to see. And here comes Southern Columbia to the line.
They are not going for the field goal. They are going for the touchdown and the win.
Heitzman under center. Back. The pass. And it is complete. And it looks like Southern Columbia is going to be down on the Shamokin 2-yard line. A big play for Southern Columbia. And it looks like we have a player down for Shamokin. That's going to be an automatically charged timeout for Shamokin. We're going to stay with the action right here. We have 39 seconds left. Southern is driving the ball. They have the ball at the Indians' 5-yard line, and the Indians are really looking for a big defensive stand here, something along the lines of what Southern did. The cheerleaders from Southern side are getting their crowd psyched. The cheerleaders from Shamokin side holding up signs, getting the crowd into it. Everybody's into it. This has been a great played game. And the play has been sent in. Some new personnel changes have been made for Southern. They may be thinking about going to a goal line here. I wouldn't be surprised if you see Janoski get the ball in this situation. Everyone on their feet. Southern players jumping up and down. Shamokin players excited. Everybody's excited down here at Tiger Stadium.
They have the ball. They have enough time, really, if they wanted to run a running play, try and use Janoski to bust the ball inside. They'd have enough time to reset, throw the ball in, spike it, whatever they'd want to do.
All right, and the snap, Janoski does get it, and it looks like he is stopped on the play. The clock is running. We are down to 27 seconds. I imagine Southern is going to go no huddle here, and it looks like this is going to come down to the wire. They're going to have one last play here. Southern does not have any timeouts left. We are down to 15 seconds here. Everybody up on their feet. They spike the ball. An interesting call here by Heitzman. We have about 12 seconds left on the clock. He's looking over to the sidelines to see what Coach Roth wants to do. An interesting call here. They are at about the Shamokin 5-yard line here. They have 11 seconds left. I believe right here with a 3rd and 5 on the 5, you take a shot at the end zone. You don't have any timeouts. You can't run the ball here. You take a shot to the end zone. If he doesn't catch it, then you got to go for the field goal here.
They've had that 5 yards, turn around, I'll throw you the ball route all game long. I'd imagine that's what they're going for. It's pretty much hit or miss at this point.
I mean, right now I think Shamokin's defense is going to have to play him tight. They're not going to be able to play him loose. His favorite target so far has been Tom Ardmeyer. It'll be interesting to see what they do here. Heisman with the snap, going back to pass, a fade, and an incomplete pass. A big play for the Shamokin defense here. We got 9 seconds left. 4th down for Southern. What is Coach Roth going to do here? Is he going to kick the field goal to tie the game, or will he go for the win? Looking like Heitzman is coming off the field. The field goal kicking tee is being brought onto the field, and it looks like they're going to go for the field goal. I don't know. Maybe Shamokin here might use one of their timeouts to try to ice the kicker here, get him to think about it a little bit more. Shamokin's fans need to get up on their feet, make as much loud noise as they can, try to get Fulmer frustrated.
They're running out of time. They only got 5 seconds left on the play clock.
And the kick is up, and it is right down the middle. This game is tied up 16 all with 3 seconds left in the game. Southern will have to kick the ball back. And the Shamokin Indians have a chance to do something here. I wouldn't be surprised if you try to see a trickery play here. And also, Southern Columbia is probably going to give a squib kick here also. We'll be back with this action. 3.7 seconds left, 16 all in the 4th quarter. We'll be right back on Shamokin Area TV. And we're back here at Tiger Stadium. The Tigers have just tied it up 16-16 on a field goal by Ian Fulmer. We have about 3.7 seconds left here at Tiger Stadium in the 4th quarter. Wouldn't be surprised if you see a squib kick here by the Tigers, and it looks like this game is going to be heading into overtime.
Absolutely phenomenal game being played here by both of these teams.
And
a great drive by Southern.
Looks like we got a new kicker here. Justin Knoble will be doing the kickoff. And a squib kick just like we thought. It's going to be bobbled and picked up by Shamokin around the corner. No room to run. We're at 0 seconds on the clock. The 4th quarter has ended, and we are gridlocked here at 16 all. We'll be heading to overtime here at Tiger Stadium, and you could not ask for a better game to come up here and watch as this. And we're back at Tiger Stadium. The Tigers have taken the field. They elected defense first. The Indians are coming onto the field for their offensive series here. The ball will be spotted at the 10-yard line, and the Indians will have 4 downs to try to punch the ball into the end zone.
We saw earlier Southern's ability to hold Shamokin on the goal line. Surely they'll be looking to do the same thing again. They've shown a great ability to jam the middle and Shamokin's running backs in close quarters. That's what they're going to have to do again right now.
And we have motion here. Persing's rolling back. It looks like he may keep it. He does, and he's around the corner. And it looks like he picked up. We'll see where they spot the ball at.
Looked like about a 5-yard gain. We'll wait for the spot, though.
The spot of the ball, and it looks like he only got about a yard.
Really?
So the ball is going to be placed on the 9-yard line. It looked like from our angle up here, he might have gotten a little bit closer than that. But as it stands, it is 2nd and 9.
I still like that play by Krebs. I mean, he thought about what he needed. He didn't want to get rid of the ball and make a bad decision.
You mean Persing?
Persing.
Persing.
He got around the corner, and, he gained positive yards. He didn't do anything stupid.
And the handoff up the middle. Oh, and he fumbled the ball. Krebs fumbles the ball. This could be a game-changing play here. We'll see who comes out on top. The referees are trying to determine who has the ball, and it looks like Krebs did recover the ball. It's going to be 3rd down for Shamokin. It looked like for that split second there, he had a hole, and it was going to go the distance, and then was collar tied from behind.
Absolutely heart-stopping moment for all Shamokin fans.
We got 3rd down on the 7-yard line. We got an option where Shamokin can either go for it on 4th, or they can kick the field goal. Fans are up on their feet. And it looks like we have Krebs in the backfield, and also Shikatano. And it's going to be a handoff to Krebs on the outside, and he is stuck. No running room whatsoever on the outside. It's going to be 4th down for the Shamokin Indians, and it'll be interesting to see what the Indians elect to do here.
Obviously, I think the team needs points right now. you know, you got to leave yourself some sort of options here because Southern's about to get the ball back. Hopefully you can hold them for 3 downs and they have to kick a field goal to equalize you.
And it looks like they are electing to kick the field goal by Tim Krebs. This is not an easy field goal. The ball's set all the way over on the right hash mark. He's going to have to kick it back to the left. A really hard kick here. The snap is off, the kick is up, and it is good. Tim Krebs comes through in the clutch again. Shamokin is now up 19-16 with Southern Columbia getting the ball back at the 10-yard line. The Shamokin defense will now have to come out and stop this Southern offense.
It's 4 downs. It's the most simplest thing in the world. All they have to do is keep them out of the end zone and out of the uprights in any way, shape, or form. Shamokin goes home with the win. If not, we're either looking at a tie game or we're looking at a Southern win. Be interesting to see what they come up with.
And I'm sure right here, both teams are going to be pumped. They know Southern knows what they have to do now. Shamokin knows what they have to do. And the Southern Columbia Tigers are coming to the line here. Heitzman under center, Hanoski straight behind him. The snap. Heitzman takes the ball, going back to pass. He's looking, he is intercepted by Shamokin. Shamokin has won the game. Shamokin has pulled an upset here at Tiger Stadium. They're going nuts. Coach Carmen's running across the field. And the fans are coming on the field. This is a great moment here for Shamokin football. The Southern Columbia Tigers are stunned. I didn't get to see who picked that ball up.
It doesn't matter.
But it is a great moment here in the field. They're running all over the field. The fans are coming on. The student section's coming on. They're hugging each other. What a great game. What a great game for the Indians. The tomahawk chop's gone. The band's pumped. Shamokin's pumped. And you know what? The Shamokin kids never doubted themselves.
Absolutely
Nobody
not.
predicted that they would win this game, and they came out and pulled off what I would consider an upset. 19-16, your final score here at Tiger Stadium.
To quote Bill Murray, dogs and cats living together, sky's falling, mass hysteria absolutely going down on the field right now. I mean, that is just a mass of humanity right there. I mean, shaking hands has been forsaken. There's just absolute joyfulness in the center of purple and white that is on the field right now.
I can't get over I can't get over how many fans are on the field. This is a great moment for Shamokin football. The first time the two teams met, actually the second time the two teams met and played each other, the first game going to Shamokin 30-0. And the second game here, a tight one in overtime with the score Shamokin 19, Southern Columbia 16. We'll do a quick recap here for you of the scoring of the game. The Indians started off the game with a 19-yard touchdown run by Tim Krebs. The score was then 6-0. Krebs missed the extra point, so Shamokin was up 6-0. Next time, pursuing through an interception, was returned 78 yards by Kyle Conahan.
His only misstep of the game, by the way.
His only mishap of the game. I mean, the one thing that we do have to mention, both teams started young sophomore quarterbacks. Both teams showed a lot of poise in the game. And I mean, a great game for both teams. Both cities have plenty to be proud about. The Indians came out on top of this one. I mean, a great game here. The fans are still on the field.
Absolutely.
The Southern fans are sort of still sitting here in disbelief. They can't believe what they just saw. Definitely an upset for the Shamokin area Indians here tonight. And just to continue on with the scoring, a 12-yard run by Henry Hanoski put Southern up at that point 13-6. They missed the extra point. Next was a 32-yard kick. Next was a 32-yard kick by Krebs. And then that put Shamokin up, followed by a 17-yard field goal by Ian Feller. And the important kick of the game came in that overtime period when the Southern defense came out, stopped Shamokin. However, a 19-yard field goal by Tim Krebs proved to be the difference in this game.
And he's got to be the player of the game. The kid was making clutch plays all night long. 2 huge field goals to put his team ahead, once in regular time, the other one in overtime. Absolutely outstanding football by Tim Krebs this evening in both the running and kicking game, and it can't be understated. The game that Percent had tonight, he made excellent reads, he made excellent throws under pressure, not under pressure, and just had a heck of a game tonight.
I mean, it can't be understated. you can't say it how many times how well these two teams came out. They came out to battle.
Both great programs.
Both great programs. A big, big victory for Shamokin. Shamokin's now 1-0. Southern falls to 0-1 on the season. Shamokin is down to AA. Southern is our single A team in the area. Both programs have been great over the years. A big win and upset for the Shamokin Indians here.
And bright futures for these programs, too. Shamokin has a lot to look forward to this year. And Southern, being the defending championships of Class A, they have to have a huge chip on their shoulder for the rest of the season. They know they have something to prove. They know that their quarterback has to be the same guy he was tonight. He has to make those poised throws. He has to gain good yardage throughout the game. I mean, the passing game didn't really pick up until it had to. They have to get their wideouts more involved in the passing game. But they know what they have. They have Hanasi, who's an absolute monster out there. He does huge things for that team. Also, Corey Sober did an excellent job tonight. And what more can you really say? You know, an excellent football game played by both teams. Shamokin was just a little bit better tonight.
Myself and Jordan would like to thank everybody at Shamokin area who asked us to come and broadcast the football games here for us. We hope that you enjoyed our broadcast here. Just to give you a little note for all the Shamokin fans out here, we will be broadcasting all of the away games on TV, just like you see the Mount Carmel station has done in the past. We'll be sharing that station with them. They'll still be on Wednesday nights. Our broadcast will be on Thursday nights. We're open to any opinions that you have. You can get a hold of us. We'll put a contact email up at the end. Send your comments. We'd love to hear what you think of the broadcast, what you'd like to see improved. And once again, we'd just like to thank Shamokin area for giving us this opportunity to expose Shamokin football to the rest of the Shamokin people who might not be able to get out to all the away games. And I think it's a big step in this football team's program to get some of their games on TV and just achieve the status and the recognition that this team and coaching staff really deserves.
Excellent.
For Jordan Strauss, I'm Mike Burns. We're out of here.
Thanks for listening, folks.
Heading to Chris Carr, free agent rookie out of Fresno State. A pass to 30, taken down at the 32, and Rodney Harrison playing on special teams as well as the secondary makes the tackle. There's the quarterback comparison tonight. Collins, hot start. Was much of the yardage of the 163 for Kerry to Randy Moss on those two catches for 102, and Brady on a pace to throw for over 400 yards.
Both of them have thrown for 2 touchdowns, and you like offense with your hot dogs, you're getting it tonight.
31 total points already. First down at the 32-yard line.
This is the second series that the Patriots are using a 4-man line defense.
And they get pressure on Collins quickly, and the pass incomplete, intended for Randy Moss.
You always think of the Patriot defense at